Welcome to Lost Adventures. I'm your DM, Shay Mueller. Here we bring new and experienced players to try one-shots that are overlooked in my campaigns. My players are Kayla, playing Jadis. She is a wizard. We have Brianna with Melee, rogue. Tegan as Anton, the cleric. And Nathan, Aram, the paladin. Alright guys, let us get started. Our adventurers are currently on a quest to deliver a shipment of cut lumber to Farnan Stonebreaker, a well-known miner of the Mountain Dwarves. He has plans on reopening a sister mine in Salvia. When you arrive, the sound of dwarven screams can be heard from the entrance of the mines. A group of dwarves are defending themselves against goblins. Roll initiative.
I might need a refresher course.
Yeah, on the front page.
Main one's going to be that
That's
20.
pretty sensitive. All the way to the front.
Tegan, what'd you get?
17.
Okay. Nathan?
14.
21.
21. Big numbers, big numbers. You have that alert feed, don't you?
Huh?
You have alert as a feed or no?
No, I don't think so.
No, just because
What's
you're
your
high
initiative
dice.
bonus?
Kill.
18.
Melee. You get to act first.
Oh!
Looking out, you can see a whole bunch of these goblins coming out of the mines, attacking three dwarves. One of them looks to be Farnan Stonebreaker. They're trying to defend themselves the best they can with picks and shovels, but they're no fighters.
And what's my movement range again?
For this instance, everyone has full access to their movement, so you're not being affected by weight.
For the whole thing?
For the whole thing. So yours should be, if you are a wood elf, 35.
Oh, she also wants Scout. Will Scout not give you a speed boost?
It might have.
Okay.
It might.
So, what is this that I'm in front of? What is that box thing?
The box thing is a wagon that's been parked and stationed there. You can take note as you arrive that there are a couple of horses out near the in the trees grazing.
Okay. So, I can't reach it, but can I go 3 squares to the back wheel of that wagon? Will it give me cover?
That will give you cover, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to pull out my bow. And I'm going to shoot that guy.
Which one?
This guy, right here.
Alright. Alright, you have a good line of sight.
I forget which one's to roll. The 20?
You're going to roll the 20 to see if you hit.
Adding what?
You're going to add your attack to it. So your attack should be your proficiency plus your dexterity modifier.
So 2 plus 5.
So 5?
I got 5.
Total 5? Or
I got a 2, and then plus my dex is 3.
Plus your proficiency.
Oh, where's that?
Should be at the top of your page.
should be a plus 3. So
Oh, it's
3.
the bottom? Proficiency? Yeah, you're smart. You got it.
I don't see it.
It's
Is
at
it
the
my
bottom.
initiative?
Nathan's
bottom.
right. It's at the
Oh,
bottom.
it's a bottom. Okay.
I lied to you.
So I scratch that. It's an 8.
It's an 8. So you got, what do you get total?
8.
8 total? Alright, you pull out your bows, you make your way behind the wagon, and you fire at the closest looking goblin that's attacking Farnan, and it goes right past, giving them an alert to where you are.
Okay, I'm gonna hide.
Alright, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Is 22.
22. Alright. After making the shot, you quickly go behind the wagon. Hopefully they don't come after you. We'll see. Next up is Jadis.
I'm gonna move over by her.
There?
Into the wagon?
No, I mean like around it.
That
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
25?
20 or 20 feet right now.
Okay. I'm gonna stay there.
Anything you'd like to do? No?
No.
Okay. Next up on the list is Anton. You take cover behind a
Fumble on
metallic
crossbow
looking
bolt.
building. See it?
Am I hidden?
You would have to stealth. No one was stealthing at this time when you.
They know we
did
pulled
it
up?
first. They do know you.
That's done.
Not necessarily know you pulled up, but focus on other means.
That is a 19.
Hit.
Yes. Son of nerds. 8 damage from my crossbow.
8 damage. You. Which one you go for?
This is his closest one.
Anton moves quickly behind a metal shed-like building that was made of dwarf design as he quickly fumbles with his crossbow. You see him knock it back. Just quickly goes out, fires. The goblin gets broadsided in the side. It goes right through his shoulder into his body, and it clunks, hits his buddy to the right, and falls forward, killing him instantly.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sweet.
Come out of the gate.
No big deal. I'm like fumbling for my next bolt as I drop it to the ground. Oh god. Oh god.
It's that stick.
Oh god.
Aram,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Alright. I have no idea what I'm doing yet.
Embody a paladin, man. What would you do? People are in trouble.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about moving, or at least, because I got a spell that can give them +5, right? Health, all 3 of them. Wow.
Yeah. I think that's how that works.
8? Yeah, 8. She's up
What's-
3
what's the
creatures
range?
within range, which is 30 feet.
Yeah, they're within 30.
All of them? Yeah. 1,
Uh,
2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
So, does that take care of, that would take my action away, wouldn't it?
That would take your action away.
Let's go ahead and
Why
use.
is spell slot so low? I thought those
Go
were
ahead and
supposed to be
prepare your
higher.
guys for what you're going to do in your turns.
What you mean?
Nothing. You're
What
good.
I do best.
So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna use
Cool.
A
Oh yes, go.
on all 3 of those. These guys are on our team, right?
Yeah,
It's a small
the
one, so we gotta worry
the
about it.
3 dwarves, yes,
Yeah.
they look to be minors.
Alright, so I'm gonna cast it on those 3.
So they each gain 5 HP.
5 HP. Nathan, is there a way you want to... Damn. Is there how would you like to describe this spell, if anything comes to mind? I know you probably play a lot of video games, so is there like a way like how this shield or divine energy, is displayed for everyone to see?
How comes calling down as like a light from the sky, casting around all of them, shielding them a little bit.
Cool.
All right. You see a divine light seems to shine down from the heavens onto 3 individuals, the dwarves, as these shields float around them as they come down quick and almost they float around and then dissipate magically. You're not sure where they even went off to. Aram, is that all you want to do? Do you want to move?
I do want to move. Where to is the question. I want to get up right up in there, dude. Move forward. I'll get next to this guy. We're gonna make out for a little bit. Yeah.
Aram, what is your AC?
AC is. Hold on. My AC is 18.
18. Good job. You see one of them as the rest flood out of the mines. One of them, after seeing his brother fall near your feet, it runs up and charges you with this rusty, kind of like this dog whistler type scimitar. He charges you, taking you by surprise as it strikes at you, hitting you. Because you're heavy armor mastery, it's supposed to do 5 slashing damage. Instead, you only take 2 slashing damage as you last second use your body's momentum to try to take a lot of the blow, still suffering some of the consequences. From it, you see him peel off. As a bonus action, they have a thing called Nimble Escape, and I can disengage as a bonus action. He makes his way over here, and this one makes its way behind. All right. You see the shield that you bestowed upon them that give them this HP. You see it get hit, and then just it shatters on all 3 of them, taking the damage with it. Only a few cuts they suffered, so you managed to delay the inevitable for a round, saving these dwarves for longer as they continue to fight back initially, using the pickaxe to the best of their abilities. All right. Next up is go ahead, Melee.
So I'm going to use my sharpshooter ability.
Okay. So -5 plus 10 damage. All right. Which one are you going for?
I'm gonna go for this little brat coming towards him.
Okay. All right. You do have a line of sight. Since you are a sharpshooter, you can see over the wagon. You see him making a break for Anton as he's like fumbling with his bolts. Nat 20! Alright. Oh, this thing is gonna die. It's taking already plus 10 damage. Okay.
I said not today.
You killing that guy?
No, that guy going for you.
Yes.
You're
Dang,
welcome.
I was freaking out. I was screaming the whole time. I was waiting for my turn, but I'm screaming. The whole time he's coming to me. I'm just like, ah!
Ventilated. You look up over the wagon, you see this thing charging after taking a good swipe at Aram as he makes his way to Anton. You draw your arrow back and you let it go. Rounds the corner, charges, gonna look for more blood, and it hits him right in the back directly as his body flings, knocking himself off his feet into the metal housing unit, the storage, and his body flies to it as his head bounces off of the metal, and you can hear cracking of his bones, the amount of impact, and it just lays there with his head broken backwards, stuck to it.
Bye. Bye.
I blew you a kiss.
I can't even see you.
Blue.
Can I?
Plus, there was sneak attack damage. There was a lot of damage here. Clearly over 30.
That guy was dead.
I'm gonna.
Alright.
Can I move and hide?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna move forward just one.
Alright.
spell.
Alright. And go ahead and roll that bonus action stealth.
One more of those, and then
7 plus
What I would do is I was rank 1
16.
and then do 4
Okay,
4
16.
bosses, and then
Jadis. You see your friend Melee take out one of those goblins as she moves up and she hunkers down behind one of the wagon tires as she's getting ready to draw from her quiver another arrow. Your turn. What are you doing?
Which of the guys are with us?
Mhm.
The taller ones.
Can I move around her to this guy?
should be right back.
Yes, you can, as long as you have the movement for it. Right now, your speed should be 35 feet.
Yes.
So
Foreign creature has disadvantage on ability check and attack roll.
when you go diagonal, it takes 5, and then when you diagonal again, it
Wait,
takes 10.
can I go through this?
It's considered difficult terrain.
Okay.
So climbing on top of the wagon is going to cost you an extra 5 feet of movement.
Okay. So that would be 20.
Yeah. 5,
So-
10, 15,
You
20.
But you only
25.
Those again? Or it's just
25.
Right over the wagon. Just, you know, one of those leap jumps.
I'm sure you could probably slash one and then go slash another and kill two.
Oh yeah, because I got.
Alright, I'm gonna get out my little dagger and go after that guy.
Alright, you're going after that guy.
Yes.
So go ahead and you're going to make an attack.
Mhm.
To a duel and then attack twice.
Wait, what am I doing? These two.
Yep.
So, but if I attack somebody other than that creature,
9 plus 5
Right,
is
so can I attack twice and then?
Mm-hmm. You could do that.
14.
You could
You
do that.
I'm just gonna go.
move
ape
across the
Hey,
wagon as
have
fast
at
as you
I
can,
will
jumping
say
down,
this is the
drawing
first
your
fight in this
dagger,
session.
and
You
doing
know,
a
you get some
stab,
resource,
an
also
attack
move
toward
back on
the
the
goblin as
rest.
it takes note as you're moving.
So-
It rears back in surprise. The dagger misses him. Barely, but misses him.
But we'll probably have a few more
Okay.
encounters.
Anything
So-
else? You still have some movement
If
left.
you
If you
want
want
to
to
bully
move
roll,
or
have
if
at
you're
it.
good.
I'm not going to stop you. But if you want a little wisdom, if you want to just like murder these goblins, murder them.
Or your teammates.
Do you want
Yeah.
to sit
Does
back
the
and do
spell count
nothing?
as a
Do
movement?
nothing.
Or that's
It's kind of
That's not my character.
Action. You already
Sit
did your
back
action.
and-
so-
Alright, I'll stay.
Alright.
Okay.
I fight
Yeah,
for
I
those that
feel
can't
like as a
fight for
paladin, you'd be all.
Anton, it is now your move.
Um,
Aram, you're on deck.
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just going to get that loaded up. And shoot again.
Which one?
Just the one that's straight down the line.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a good hit.
It's a 20 something.
Oh, yeah.
3 damage.
3 damage. You quick fire. Strikes, nicks the side of the goblin's arm as he rears back. The bolt pulls it out in pain. It still stands. Anything else, Anton?
Nope.
All right.
Fumbling for another bolt.
All right, Arrow.
I am gonna move here, attack that little guy.
All right. Now, in this one, we are doing flanking. When you flank something, both the people doing the flanking get advantage, meaning you're going to take this die and probably another one. Here you go. Oh, you already got two? Perfect. You're going to roll both of them. You're going to pick out of the two which one's higher.
Oh,
Oh, I
okay.
like that.
16.
So
Good thing.
16. Now, 16 plus your attack.
So 24.
24. That is a hit. I'm assuming you are drawing your weapon when you go up there, since
Yeah.
your sword and your shield have not technically been drawn beforehand. So you have your sword out. So you make an attack with your longsword, and that is a hit. So go ahead and roll damage. So it's a D8 plus your strength mod.
2. The strength mod is 5, so 7.
Check out 7. You go up behind him as you draw out your sword, and you make a good attack right across his back, slashing as you hear it scream and falls forward. And ahead you see your ally Jadis, as she has her dagger out and ready, but you already dropped it. Hits the ground. Alright, it is still technically your turn. You still have movement, and I know you have extra attack.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to move forward once again.
Yes.
2, so 10 feet. And
Before you do that, I do want to let you know there is a thing called opportunity attack, and I should have taken it. I was explaining now. When you move away from a threatened square, so how you were next to that dwarf, and there was an enemy near you, when you move away from something within a 5 feet gap, it provokes an attack of opportunity, which means I can get it as a reaction. I can get a free attack off you. So I'm going to take that.
That was the first time when you moved away.
Yeah, it was the first time you moved away.
I wasn't within 5 feet. I was right next to it, right?
Yeah, but there was an enemy.
You're diagonally 5 feet.
Diagonally
Oh.
5 feet.
As long as you're touching their square, it's fine.
So when you move back to go assist Jadis, you think the creature behind you takes the opportunity and lashes its scimitar at your leg. You feel that pain once more. Thankfully for the heavy armor, you manage to reduce the amount to 2 damage. So you're now suffer another 2 damage. And now you have moved back. So you're in the thicket of things. You still have attack. What would you like to do? Who would you like to do?
Yeah, who would you like to do?
The one ahead of you, not the one that attacked you, has currently suffered damage. You see that there's a crossbow bolt that it just pulled out from Anton. The one at the left is still clean, has not been damaged.
Does that bolt in the arm prevent him from swinging the sword or anything?
No, it's just letting you know that he is damaged, so
wounded
it's
already?
probably easier to kill.
Yeah, so I'm gonna attack that guy.
Okay.
Just get rid of him. So 20.
Mm-hmm.
5. Holy
Ooh, me. Let's see, 5 plus.
plus my attack, which is 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 13. Or, yeah, 13.
All right. You go up to it, a little hindering from the attack, caught you by surprise. You swing your sword, and it's prepared now that from the attack that it sees you, and steps back as your sword misses and scraps up some dirt from the ground.
Sad.
Alrighty. Moving on from there. It's the monster's turn. Aram, unfortunately, I caught you with a critical hit.
Oh.
You see this goblin move past. Using a bonus action, I use Nimble Escape, which lets me hide or disengage as a bonus action. You see the goblin move past the dwarf already occupied with one already, and moves up, seeing you clearly just chopping them in half, and his own allies. With rage, he runs up, moves past you. With anger, he starts to swing. Block 2 as you look behind you. You see the blade come up to your face, and just comes at you too fast, hits you right in the mouth, causing you to almost daze from it. The effect, triple damage from a bludgeoning attack from a flattened blade. You suffer 17 damage, minus 3 because you're DR. So you're at 14. You suffer 14 bludgeoning damage as blood kind of cakes your mouth as you're tasting that copper-like tendency to spit it all out.
I like
You
it.
see it like jumping up in glee, like,
I'm having fun now.
one of the dwarves use a pickaxe and take one of the goblins out.
Sweet.
He's looking pretty wounded himself. All right, new round. Go ahead, melee. You get to start it.
Do I have a line of vision on this little green guy in the middle?
You have a line of vision because you have the sharpshooter feat, so you can ignore anything
About
from
this
half
guy,
to
right?
3/4 cover.
I just don't know if this guy moved into my way.
No, he shouldn't hinder you.
Oh yeah, you got a perfect diagonal
Yeah,
of
that's
that person.
perfect.
Okay. So I'm gonna do the sharpshooter again.
Okay.
Try that out.
-5 plus 10.
I got a 5.
Alright.
Plus my. I forget again. Sorry. Dex.
So you get a plus your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency. I think you get a +6. What's your dex mod?
My dex is 3. My
3.
Yeah, so I get
6.
+6.
So in this case, when you do your sharpshooter, just know you only get to add +1.
Yay.
So you draw it back with the confidence from your last shot. You fire. It's terrible. It goes right past him and hits the long side of the cave.
Okay.
Did you hide last turn?
Yeah, didn't you hide
I
last
did.
turn? Go ahead and roll advantage this time. So roll one more.
16.
That's better. That does hit. This time it does. So we did in consideration that you were hiding, so you get advantage on your hiding. So you caught him by
Okay.
surprise. So now it does work. Go ahead and roll your damage. So you're going to roll 4d6s plus your dex mod plus 10.
Because it's D6 for the short bow, 3d6 for sneak attack, and you get to add 13 to it.
Okay, so 4d6s and then what?
Plus 13.
Just plus 13?
Just plus
Yeah,
13.
because you did -5 plus 10 and plus your dexterity mod. So your 3 dexterity mod, your 10 feet, 13. So that plus 13.
Wah! Which is 27.
27. You knock another arrow back as you move to the side. You see a clear shot as it raises its arm up. It gets him right in his ear, and you can see part of it sticking out of his mouth. It just,
Yeah, I know, right?
and it just rears back, choking on it.
Gross.
All right.
Yes, means, am I right?
I'm gonna go badass with this
That's what I
bow.
was thinking about doing. Ranging this.
I'm gonna move here. Is
She's
this
a
like
rogue,
lumber
isn't
that I can hide
Yeah.
behind?
It is a mixture of a lumber and a small forge, a dwarven style forge made of stonework.
Is it tall enough for me to hide behind?
You can actually hide behind it, yes.
Okay, that's where I'm moving.
Okay. Hiding behind it?
Okay.
Go ahead and see that stealth.
16?
16. All right. 16 plus change.
9.
Alrighty. Next up is Jadis.
I'm gonna move around this guy.
Go ahead. So you get 35 feet. So 5, 10, 25. I'm sorry,
The-
20. 25,
30.
30.
Okay, I'm gonna stay there.
Just this half warp blood.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, did it mess with his tusks at all? You got tusks coming out, up or down?
That's one of the
Yeah, shouldn't
goblins,
say that.
right?
Damn it.
This
It
little
was
guy?
called a flat blade thwack.
Is that one of the goblins?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Little guy right
You got Fetty whacked.
Oh.
How many actions do I get?
You only get the one action,
Okay.
but you only get one attack because you're a wizard, or in your case, a witch.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use spells, or maybe you want to save your spells for later because the unknown is possible.
Cantrips.
You also have cantrips.
I know. I was looking at that, but doesn't it?
Cantrips are free all day long. If
But
that's
it
what
would also affect the person right next to him, right?
Not necessarily, depending on the cantrip. Which one were you thinking? Firebolt, acid splash.
I was thinking acid splash, but it says it affects other people within 5 feet,
I
Oh,
don't
the
think it's,
target?
right?
I don't think it's
Which is me?
Is
Yeah.
well, it says 1 or 2 creatures within 5 feet, so I assumed that meant everybody.
Could you, like,
Ooh,
put it there and
page.
then
I
those
think I
two?
might have. Okay.
Is it
Can
something
I
that's...
move?
Page's old.
How much more do you have? Because you can move diagonally.
Can you splash it at
See,
the
right-
ground and then
You don't
splash
wanna
it
hit the
up
big
at
guy
those
either.
two?
Thanks.
Is that a
The big
thing?
guy
I
is
think you just
Choose one creature
This
within
is our
range,
ally.
or choose 2 creatures within range. So you can choose 1 creature or 2 creatures.
So you
Okay.
can choose 2 creatures in range.
You can choose both the goblins. They're within 5 feet of each other, aren't they?
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
essentially the acid splash could hit this one and then
Jump.
flow into the
All
next
right,
one.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so what do you do?
What do I do?
I don't know.
What's the spell description?
What's the spell description? So when it's not your turn, wizards have a hard time. With any spellcasters,
Yeah.
make sure you if you're gonna do a spell, look it up when it's not your turn, so you have it ready. Because right now, Tiggin's got you covered.
They need to make dex saves.
Dex saves. Here we go. 2 dex saves. DC. It is 8 plus your main spellcasting ability, which is intelligence, so 3. So we have 11 plus your proficiency. So DC is 14.
Okay.
Put that right here, 14. Okay, here we go. I have to make a dex save of 14. I have to tie it. Alright, that one passes. That one also passes. Quick little guys. So since it's a cantrip, it does nothing. How would you like to describe your spell, though?
Is it green?
Pulling out your arcane focus, which is weirdly a sculpture / rod of a beautiful, elegant old lady who, in probably another dimension, may look like Betty White. It's used as her arcane focus, as you see in Betty White's statue, as this acid-like ball comes out and juts out and splashes.
Like out of her mouth, like Betty White. She's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, splashes. Unfortunately, the goblins duck and it goes right past them. She mentioned it last night, and I was like, okay, and I have stuck to it.
Statue of Betty White.
That's why we're in a party, just like solely on that.
She was like,
here, a paladin of conquest. It's a conquest for Betty White.
she was just
I
walking
leave that
through and
front.
it fell out of her pocket. And you're like, what is that? And she was like, oh, it's my arcane focus. And you're like, we're friends now.
I'll fall steady into the depths of hell.
Just to bring her back out. Not today, Miss Betty. Not today.
Come on, let's go back home.
Did you bring the vodka? God damn it, Betty White. Alright,
I'll be
moving
back.
on. Alright, Kayla, is that where you want to end your step? Your place?
Yes.
Okay. Anton, it is now your go.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, gods. I'm just going to try shooting again. At the one that's right there. Miss. That's a 10.
As you turn the corner, you see your friend Aaron in the way. And you're,
The blood.
Yeah,
Oh, God!
God! Trying your best not to shoot past him. Alright, moving on to Aaron. Yeah, go ahead and look up the next spell if you're probably going to cast.
I grip my freaking longsword with 2 freaking hands.
Oh, so not the shield out, but now more power.
I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna swing at this guy in front of me.
Which one? The one that hit you in behind you, or the one?
No,
in
the
front?
one in front.
The weakened one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'll get to that guy later, right after. 14 plus
8.
Plus 8, so
Mhm.
22.
22. That is a hit.
And then I rolled a 10.
Yeah, yes. Now you're rolling a D10 plus your strength mod, so that plus 5.
Was that 1? Oh, dude, look! Right next to it looks like they're both 7s.
So.
So wait, 1 plus 8?
5.
5.
6.
Plus 5.
Yeah, 1 plus 5 is 6.
Is it? Okay.
That's math.
That's pretty math. I'm good at math. Basic. This is like first grade stuff.
Pretty
You get to add 5 because
Oh, the damage. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
he's looking at 8 like,
Oh, that was for my roll for the hit. Now it's 5 for the Okay, but this is for 1 D10 or D8. That doesn't include D10.
Yeah, it doesn't have the D10 because that's
But it's the
what-
same thing plus 5.
Can't do it. Don't want
Alright, you take your long sword as you put 2 hands onto it, and you plunge into the goblin's body, going completely through. What would you like to do now? So a second attack.
It went through him?
Oh yeah, he's dead. Like, it dies. You see him just drop his scimitar. He just rests on your blade.
So can I pull up my sword since it's still on him?
This is all flavor-wise.
Rip him at half, turn
Okay.
around to attack the goblin and attack my little ass.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
Do a
yeah.
flourish.
I can only
spin
get so
around.
erect. Come on.
Oh, dude, I'm excited. What the fuck? Fuck you, bum. So 3 plus, what, 8?
Yeah.
11.
3 plus 8. You pull it into his body. You turn the other one as you rip it upward, and you see this blood-like trail drop down like a curtain as you bring it over, and the goblin, using fear to seize it, and like you see this mixture of anger and rage and uncertainty. You watch its purple eyes as the blade comes down. It moves just in time as it right into the ground.
My eyes
Dirt.
are still locked on
It just
this
locked on him as you just shifted left, and you have now full focus onto him.
Just to make sure.
You turn around.
You got rid of him?
That one, yeah, because that's that dwarf using his shovel. Yeah, just whack that goblin. You see
Whack
somewhat.
him.
He got stabbed a couple times on his body. You see the goblin after dodging. He takes a scimitar and just lunges forward as you shift your shoulder closer to your body, and you just take the blunt of it. Just nothing bounces off.
Now he's really scared.
Now he's not in a good place. Melee, it is now your move.
So I'm gonna move here. Thank you. And I am
Just
going
throw an arrow.
to...
Don't even shoot it. Just throw it at him.
Start kicking rocks.
I have determination to kill them motherfuckers. It's my guy.
This is your kill?
Yeah, no, go for it.
If you feel the need to help your friend, you can spend your action to aid. Aid, it just uses your turn to give whoever's going to attack it next or the person you're aiding advantage.
You have to be within 5 feet, though.
You have to be within 5 feet. Or you don't have to do that. And you can just flank him and also provide him advantage as long as he doesn't move. So it's your
You came
call.
from here, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
5, 10,
She's got the
25.
She's
I've
got the
got-
movement.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just flank you. Give you that extra boost.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna... Right there?
That's flanking.
Oh, okay.
On
Sorry.
the opposite side.
Opposite. That's right. I'm gonna put my bow away and pull
Okay.
out. Can I pull out my daggers? Or is that
You
too
can pull
much?
out a dagger.
A dagger. One.
A dagger.
I'll pull one out. Just in
Alright.
case.
Yeah, you put your bow away as you start moving up and pull out your second dagger. Your dagger. I'm assuming you probably also don't like to get hit, so defensive action. Just to give you
Can
that.
I?
You
Hide?
can. Oh, if you hide is gonna be a little tough.
I always do hide. I don't know what is defensive.
It takes an action, but you defend, meaning anybody who's trying to attack you will receive disadvantage.
Okay.
Trying to attack you since you're focused all on defense and trying to avoid getting hit.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alrighty. Moving on to Jadis.
I'll let you have that
Kale's gonna Betty White swipe you.
I wouldn't be mad because Betty White, but
A little disappointed.
I might stab the little goblin a couple times if you do. Even if he's dead, he deserves to die.
Some more.
Again. I'll bring him back to life.
Over.
Just to kill him
Over.
again.
Over.
Lay on hands.
3 days later, there's nothing there. It's just me stabbing the ground.
I'm gonna move over by them.
Okay.
She's gonna go watch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You gonna record this?
Hell yeah. Wait,
You can.
I can't.
Right?
You can go through some spaces.
like,
If a ally will want, like, if you wanted to go through an ally, they can, if they're willing. It just consists of
Hey, excuse me, ma'am. Can I
Oh.
get through?
difficult terrain,
No.
or you just go through those spaces
To the
that you can go
Midwestern.
diagonally.
Oh, we just
Oops.
sneak right past you.
I squeeze right by here and get the mail.
Gotta
so
get that ranch.
Before we get the ring.
Oop.
Oh,
Oop.
didn't see you there. Oh,
so where should I go?
You can go
I'm just
anywhere.
gonna go over here.
Okay.
oh.
Perfect.
She can aid the attack, right?
Well, I mean, you can't get super advantage.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. All right, Anton, it's your move.
So as you're like coming up to flank this guy, you notice that I'm still in the same spot, and you also hear muttering like, oh, "These fucking goblins. I can't believe there's so many. Are we even gonna get out of here?" And then I turn and see you getting ready to fire, and I shoot into the ground because I didn't expect you there. Oh fuck!
Just see these crossbow bolts, just like. just fiddling with it.
Oh god. I take a moment to look at you.
I'm just looking at you.
You good? This
That's
poor
my turn.
goblin. Can you imagine? He's the only one there. And we're all like,
Aramin is now your go.
Oh, this guy knows.
You
it.
get advantage, so roll 2d20s at the same time. Take the better.
Roll the d10 with it.
Yeah, roll a d10 with it since you're
Speeds
still
up time.
swinging.
18
Mhm.
plus 4
Mhm.
So
and
That is a hit.
no.
18.
18. Yeah.
18 plus 8
Yeah.
is 24, so it's a hit. How much damage?
4 plus 5, right?
Yep.
Correct.
So 9.
All right, how would you like to do this? How would you
You've
like
already
to
hit me.
end his life?
your choice.
Describe in detail.
I make sure that other goblin's still on my blade. Can I do that?
Or
The
you
other
split in
goblin,
half
you
and had
split
shell
in half
blood all
and you
over?
brought it back up. When you hit here,
Can I
you
poke it into him and then like stab him in the throat?
just go back to this body. That's jacked. I mean, you can. I don't. It's up to you if that's what you want.
That's
to do.
what I want to do.
All right.
Disrespect.
All right. You rear back your sword as you plunge it back into the goblin.
Staring at him. The
Staring
whole time.
at him. Back into here as you feel like you get a good hook on him as you bring it back up. This time you have the whole body with him as you slow down your attack. As The goblin's trying to dodge this time, and you see where he's going, and just boop, stacked him. cut through this one when it connects, and through the other one, meeting your sword halfway to its body.
Feels so good.
Just pulling it out.
Feels so good.
Blood drenched on your sword, and these two
Blood
just...
cutting his face. Oh, it feels so good.
My mouth's still fucked up.
Fun Stonebreaker comes up to you as the last goblin face plants on the rugged gravel. Good on you, lads. Thank you for showing up when you did. But you can't rest now. Those fire-chucking shits have separated a few more of us further in. We were going a new vein down below when a new passage opened up. Inside was a forgotten structure, with purple-like fauna scattered all about. I didn't get a good look before being overrun with them cave wreckers. They poured out with intensity and fervor. Always with a crazed look. We ran, losing a few good dwarves so we could escape. If ye can find the clan, eradicate those bottom feeders, and figure out what we stumbled upon, I'll be happy to trip. No, quadruple your pay for the lumber. Looking at Farnham, he seems to be a middle-aged dwarf with a three separated braided beard, brown eyes, and a large nose.
I'll do a little picture.
Oh my
There we
god.
go. Oh God.
He's a little guy.
Oh, God.
It's because he's a dwarf. He's a little guy.
He's a little guy.
Well, so go.
So his name was Farnan.
Farnan Stonebreaker. So Far, N-I-N.
Oh, I did none.
Oh,
I
that.
did it. Yeah.
I did IN. Did I do it right?
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, look at you go.
I don't know how to spell
You're
this.
done taking notes. You're taking better than me. You can't do it.
You know what? You take the notes. You just remind me who the hell I'm talking to. Farnan.
Sticking stares out a window. I'm playing this game for years.
Yeah.
This motherfucker comes up, gets him right on the first go. Either he's an asshole or a goddamn prodigy.
I tore that motherfucker half. I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life. I'm gonna sleep good. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Life is looking up.
I'm assuming this is all in character.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna come around the corner, load it up, and be like, "Oh fuck!" Drop my crossbow, and I like reach into this pouch, and I come up, and I have like bandages and stuff. I'm like, "Lean down."
Oh,
Okay. And I wrap up your head, and it comes around like this, and
That's
you
not-
heal 15 hit points.
What? That's crazy, dude. You're
Yeah.
amazing.
I go up to Farnham.
Yeah, I'm pretty alright.
You see him as he's checking on the other dwarves who seem to have a few cuts and bruises and scrapes. Zach, what can I do for you, laddie?
Nice max health.
I'll be happy to pay you now, but if you have a few of my clan members, they'd be inside.
Show me it's worth my time. That's all.
Show it worth your time. Alright, I'll show you worth your time. You see him pull out his belt, and this like small little bag he just pulls out, and you just see a good handful of gold coins as he pours it back into his bag. That'll be worth your time. I assure you. But you can't dawdle while we wait here talking about gold. There's a higher chance that me and my brothers be dead.
Now you said there was something. They discovered something down there.
We discovered something down there while making a new mine. One of the walls collapsed. And it looks like could be our own work. Not too sure. It was hard to get a good look at it before these goblins, these beasties, came after. And we ran. So what do we find down there?
What kind of
Let
beast?
us know. These kicks one. These
Well,
shit chucking bastards.
Do you have a map of where you've dug so far?
You can't miss it. Just go down this way. Maybe at a nice pace, 5 minutes tops, and you'll find it. Oh, you'll
Straight
find
down?
it
No
straight down.
turns?
Can I check the bodies of the goblins?
All right. You check the bodies and the goblins. You see that they don't really have anything of value. They have a lot of weird mismatch knickknacks. Like you find one's a bent fork, another one like a foot-long pole, rope that would not be good for climbing at all. Just oddities.
Well, let's get to it. And I walk to the edge and I just wait there.
I'll follow you. I'm right behind you.
Oh. You are right behind you.
Alright, here we go. You got it?
Oh, I'm right there.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go.
So what's the marching order?
Oh, I'm first.
I'm right after. Is it this way? Is this the cave?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Line up.
Yeah, perfect. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I wait until you walk in front of me.
Because we always make you go first.
There's a history behind your Ranchon being going first. Never again.
Waiting for you to step forward till you do. Now I'm trying behind you like it's nothing.
You descend down the mine shaft with caution. You find a few corpses of dwarves who died running. Cuts and wounds litter their bodies with no restraint of attacks.
Are you gonna check their bodies?
I'm gonna check their bodies.
You check their bodies, seeing if they're maybe okay or if they have some stuff on them. You don't know what you're deciding. Well, you check them, though. None of them are breathing through your pilfering. You do find some collected belongings from them, from a few copper pieces to letters from home, some even dwarven ledgers designed on which tunnels to be digging and so forth.
I keep those.
All right.
Yeah,
But
Unless
nothing's
you
like
don't
too
tell us about
valuable.
Oh, I'll hold on and give them to you.
Cool.
So letters.
I'm gonna take the letters from home too.
Okay. You
in
find
my pocket.
two of them. 2 letters from home. You're going through, got the names and such. Looks like they're all going to the
I'll
same
take the copper
place.
pieces.
All right. Yeah. Get a couple copper. You still got 8
Give 'em
copper
back,
pieces.
or-
You pocket them.
Yeah, pocket.
Oh, those are going in my pocket. The letters from home. I'm gonna. Is Farnan going with us?
No.
Okay.
Looks like he's staying back, taking care of the 2 dwarves that were hurt.
Do you have any medical supplies for your dwarf friends?
Sorry, lad. I don't have them. Sourmine does. His name's Sourmine Rocksplitter, the one that split from us. Find him. He's got some supplies.
Just medical.
Supplies. And he looks at you like he doesn't want to give up some secrets that they've probably been doing.
Supplies?
Oh.
Question mark.
Yep. Could be smoke powder. Could be TNT. Extra stuff for mining. Those kind of supplies.
I just guessed.
Sourmine Rocksplitter.
Sour mine.
Sourmine Rocksplitter. Ahead lanterns guide you further in. Before long, the dusty smell was replaced with an earthy and barnyard smell. A purple tint light is seen a few yards away. As you approach, the sound of goblins are heard deeper in, and the light emanating from purple fluorescent mushrooms that were scattered in large patches all about. The structure in the room was of a dwarven design, maybe a home or something else.
Have I seen these mushrooms before?
Nature check.
Can I also do a nature check for that?
Yeah, go ahead.
The 20.
Mm-hmm.
10. And then what is that?
Oh, I'm so bad.
Is that bad?
I rolled a 2.
Oh, I thought it was.
13.
13. What'd you get, Tegan? We'll start with you.
9.
9. Looking at it, you've never seen something like this in tunnels before. In fact, it's rare to see plant life. Mushrooms, not so much, but not something of this nature. For you, you see that the mushrooms are purple with like this fluorescent like splotches or spots on top of the shroom itself. You may have seen them before, but not deep into a mountain, which is odd. You do know that they are poisonous.
Oh. Guys, do not touch those. Those are poisonous. Yes, back up.
Poisonous to eat.
Just don't do it. Stay away from them.
Well, yeah, I didn't hear the eat part. You said they're poisonous. Don't touch them.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
we're avoiding them.
Just don't do it.
Why do they glow?
I don't know that much.
That's the poison.
I sorry. It's probably
Can we cut out the poison and eat them?
If they're poisonous to touch, of course they're poisonous to eat. I'm gonna bring some of this back on the way back.
Could I take one and shove it in a goblin's mouth
Use
later
that
on?
tent to make
Yeah,
torches.
so you do that.
What do you think takes longer to kill somebody? Your arrow or some poison?
Okay, but what's cooler?
Yeah, but it's poisonous to the touch, so.
No, just
Are
to
you
eat.
wearing gloves?
Oh, it is
But
just
if it
poisonous
goes
to
through
eat.
them,
To eat.
it's
Oh,
It's all
I see
about
what
that
you did there.
information.
That was cute.
It's all about that information.
Uh-huh. I do scoop up some of those. Wait, are they big? Are they small or?
You see that they start over here, and it comes like on a vine as patches. They all like go around on top of the wall and even the floor. They are the size of about the microphone, from probably the largest you've seen to the smallest being maybe the size of a die.
I'm just gonna grab some on the way back out.
You guys can hear the goblins as you're making your approach. At this point, it's your call if you want to stealth.
I do want to stealth. Unless I'm gonna have clunky people behind me.
I just stop moving. When I see her like crouch down and start moving, I'm just like,
21.
21. Okay.
are we back here whenever we hear the goblins?
Yes. We'll
Okay,
start
cool.
hearing.
I don't know where exactly you want to be, Nathan. I know she was going to crouch and start moving up. And I know I'm the last one down.
I can hear him.
Is this a ladder we climb down?
No, it is a railway.
Oh, okay.
No cart, unfortunately.
Cool.
Is it dark?
It is dark, but there are a few sporadic fires located. One on a landing, one down here, and the fluorescent light from the mushrooms is also emitting enough light to cause dim light in the entire room.
I think we can pull it.
So I have dark vision. Can I see pretty well?
You can see pretty well into the room. You get a good visual of everything in there. I'll see if I can give you more.
In-game or?
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Because if they notice somebody down here, they're probably going to make a racket and bring the buddies.
Alright. The uncovered room was being squatted by goblins. Among the dwarven statue, the support bridge for mining tracks, an abandoned architecture, an encroaching fungus of purple-colored shrooms with fluorescent spotted tops of neon velvet were scattered about the left side. Even a small canopy hangs from the bridge. The room continues to the right. As well as peering in, you see that there are two goblins. Down the other stairs, you can see the tops of their heads. Look like they're arguing or bickering in their goblin tongue. You see 6 surrounding a fire as they have small talk, as you see them nibbling on mushrooms, chit-chatting in a quiet tone, while you take note as 2 more to the right. You can hear more on the inside there, just from your passive perception. Looks like they're looking for something, but you're not sure what.
What's this like star thing? What's that?
The star thing is a representation of a dwarf statue, and it's quite large, that extends to the top of the ceiling to give it that support. The dotted lines that you see are a representation of an overpass. So how there's a bridge, that would be where the bridge is. That black dot you see is a pillar supporting it, and then that opening seems as part of it has fallen and crashed up to the right side, one of the pillars.
And then that was this like a doorway?
That is a doorway, yeah. It's supposed to be to a room or maybe a home housing unit.
How long was it before we found ledgers before we got to here?
About 2-3 minutes in.
Can I be reading one?
Yeah.
I want to know if I find anything in the 2 minutes while I'm reading one.
Do you speak Dwarven? Do you understand the Dwarven script?
I don't think so. Oh, I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, peering through the notes as you're going through with a small light, going through just reading the ledger, it is a location where dwarves would be stationed at or mining in certain locations, and in case where they were to fall, you can bring it. If they manage to get it back and bring it back, they could find out where it was happening, so they can either close off that tunnel or cause a backup come in and fix it and keep themselves updated if there's any problems such as cave-ins and maybe a lack of airflow thereof.
Okay, so just general stuff, nothing.
General stuff from
Okay.
the Dwarven, mining crew.
Cool. Does it look like everything's on the up and up? Like this looks like pretty standard dwarven. It doesn't look like there's any secret keeping in the books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. That's what I wanted to know.
I'm deciding what to do.
You guys take note, you three, that you can see Maylee as she's rounded the corner. She's crouched down. She's just peering in. Looks like she's thinking, just watching.
So I'm going to whisper back, explaining the layout of the room. There's 2 up here, 2 further down by a door, and 6 sitting by a fire. What is that by them, this stack right here?
That's
That's the fire.
the fire.
This.
That is also a goblin. I ran out of kobold
okay.
/ weird
Hey,
vine
what's his name?
creature. What?
You footsies with me?
No, it's stupid.
You brought your foot and hit the bottom of my foot, so the
distracted,
shiver
though.
through my
Oh. It's his weakness.
They don't know we're here.
It does not look like that.
They're eating the mushrooms, huh?
You don't know that though, unless she tells that information. All the information I've decided I give it to her. That's up to you if you to
Oh
give.
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't hear you say that before, so.
Yeah, you see them nibbling around the campfire. They're like talking, nibbling on the mushrooms.
Aren't the
Just gotta
mushrooms-
wait like 3 months.
They're nibbling. Is it that long?
I was just making that joke. I don't even know what these mushrooms are.
We know they're poisonous at this point.
Yeah, I told you guys it was poisonous. So yeah. I'm just gonna sneak up a little bit further.
You get in 5 more feet as you peer in, keeping more closer to the ground, so the two that are arguing don't take note of you. You know that there's another fire a little higher up, about 20 feet up on a landing, and next to it looks to be this structure of dwarven design. It peers down where a lot of the canopy, this mushroom stuff, peers.
And this is
Higher up, yeah, about 20 feet up.
another goblin up there.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he's sitting down.
Is he facing me? Or
No, they are not. He is not. He, she.
Can I hit him with a bow?
You could hit him from above from that distance. You also note that there are others up there with him. About maybe 4 or 5. It's hard to make out exactly how many numbers are over there.
Okay, I'm gonna stay there for now. Pretend. I have my bow out though. I pull it out.
I'm just waiting.
Yeah, I'm waiting patiently for us to make a plan.
I'm just gonna move.
I told you what's going
I'm
on.
gonna
baby.
move closer.
Yeah, I would say.
Are we
Where
gonna
she
kill him?
is.
I would say come back.
Come back.
Yeah.
Are we not gonna kill him?
What are you gonna
Think
kill?
we're friendly?
I'm gonna move up next to her.
You stealth as well.
Okay.
Good question. Are you stealthing?
Are you stealthing?
Yeah. Well, I have. Isn't.
You're talking about Mask of the Wild?
No. Well, I guess that would work too.
I mean, Fleet of Foot gives you the plus
Yeah, that's
5.
it.
Fleet of Foot just gives you a plus 5 to speed.
Oh, I thought there was something else.
Mask of
Okay.
the Wild is one you want to look at.
Okay.
Mask of the Wall, it's you can hide in dim light situations.
So. That's like.
You get that too. I think
The
about
same
wills.
thing?
Not necessarily. Let me check real quick.
Do I perceive any booby traps? I don't need
Go ahead and roll me a perception.
to.
Mask of the Wall, if you're a werewolf, you can attempt to hide even when you are only lightly obscured by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, and other natural phenomena.
19.
19. You peer out, looking about to see if there's any type of booby traps or anything laying out. No, you're not seeing anything that seems out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Anyway, Kayla, what are you doing?
Doesn't look like there's any booby traps. So that's a
Anything
plus.
Anything?
I don't know. I'm just gonna stay there.
Stay right there.
Sure.
What are we doing?
To your surprise, as you guys are talking, Jadis goes past you as she makes her way into the open area and moves next to Melee. At that time, the two goblins that are arguing are yelling at each other. Take a look and look up and see Jadis moving up and kneeling, or so flavored wise, next to Melee, and you see them just Kondata! Kondata! And you see them just everyone just start acting up. Everyone roll initiative.
That doesn't sound
No,
good.
it doesn't. I think we need to.
Guys, get your ass up here!
20.
Ooh, plus your.
Dex and proficiency,
Initiative,
right?
so 22.
Oh no, initiative.
Just your initiative.
Right.
Nathan,
Although
what'd you
against
get?
the goblins.
22.
22.
Against the goblins,
Damn. Tegan?
I wasted 12.
What's your dexterity mod?
Plus 2.
Roll again.
4. Oh!
You beat me because I rolled a 1.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this game. What do you do?
Guess I'm going last again. All right.
I saw your face and I was like, he's not going to lose to it, too.
Totally lost to it too. All right, you hear this commotion like this yelling of like an alarm being sounded. Aram, you get to act first. Current spots, as you were, right here. Boop, 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 boop.
Alright.
Kind of blocking.
One, I'm gonna yell out, alright, y'all get behind me. As I move up, I pull out my sword and shield. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, 5,
Can-
10.
Yeah.
You can move past them if they allow you.
Yes.
All right, it's considered difficult terrain. You're right above the stairs. You can see that there are numbers right there.
I'm gonna use armor eradicating. Agathis. Oh, it kind of burst from like the center core of me, and a red aura coming around me, and sexy.
Okay.
Within a 30-foot radius, just like this.
It's armor back at this.
Okay, it's armor back.
That's
Okay.
what
So a red armor burst out forth from you.
I got a shield, sword, and I'm ready to rock and
You said
roll.
second level?
Yes.
Sweet.
Ooh, magic.
So should I talk to you about armor back at this and why it's so cool?
Because it does the damage. So one.
It does the full damage regardless of how much damage you took. So like if they hit you for 1 damage, they take 10.
So I have 10 shield,
Right.
temporary health,
Yeah.
and then even if they do 1 damage, they still take the 10 damage.
Yeah, and that's as long as you have the temp HP. So if you're out of temp HP, you can't do it anymore. So, in this case, also, when you do an object interaction, you can draw your sword or you can draw your shield. In this case, since you're not using...
Shield is an action to draw.
Shield is an action?
Shield is an action to don.
Okay, so in this case, you drew your sword as your object interaction, and then drew your shield, which is an action. So, was casting that spell a bonus action?
Oh, no. I didn't realize that it is not.
Yeah, drawing a shield is an action. A lot of people don't realize that.
Alright, so you can't do the aura right now. As you get yourself ready, as you draw your sword and equip your shields, you tighten the straps on it, moving past everybody to get ready to take the brunt force of a lot of goblins. Jadis,
Yeah, you still have the spell slot.
is your go.
But I mean, if
Can
you're
I use?
right. Yeah.
They're still
So,
just standing there,
Down
right?
and
The
down is
2
one action
goblins.
first.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
pointing out. You hear them calling out to the rest of their brethren and their clan, informing everyone that there are intruders here.
Can I use charm person on both of them? To get them to calm down.
They are humanoid, aren't they?
Goblin, or isn't it?
Pretty sure they're humanoid goblinoid.
Yeah, I think that works. Anyway.
Pretty sure.
Sure.
I mean, they're not like an animal. So.
Well, he's making sure they're not like a fiend or a celestial or fae or something
Yeah.
like that.
All right, Kayla, are you casting it as a first level spell or higher?
Higher, because if I do it higher, then I can do more than one.
All right, so you're casting it as a level 2.
Yes.
Okay, so take note of that. All right, so I'm going to make a Wisdom saving throw. DC is 14. You cast the spell. How would you like to describe said spell? So it just.
I'm just going to whisper something. They hear it.
Something.
Something.
Yeah.
Can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah. I'm just gonna whisper to them,
Okay.
and then I don't know what I'm whispering, but they hear it.
A magical incantation as you
Yeah.
move your hands such a flowing way. The one that was yelling starts to calm down and goes, and starts to act normal, while the other one's like, and they just start arguing with each other again. You see, it worked on one of them and not the other one.
Well, damn.
But it distracted.
I did.
Pushing, shoving, and just yelling once again, as the other ones are just getting up, getting weapons drawn ready too. Right there. Moving on, unless you want to move or have anything else you want to do.
No, I'm good.
All right. Next up is Neely.
Me.
Okay. So I'm going to. Which one? Which one got distracted?
The one that got distracted would be this one right here.
Okay. I'm gonna aim for him.
The one that was not charmed?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm shooting that. Plus dex and proficiency.
It is going to be +6 to your attack.
So 15.
15, that is a hit.
Okay. What do I roll? Sorry. For damage.
They're not surprised.
No, I wasn't hiding. Well, no, I was sneaking.
Yeah, you were sneaking, but they
But
were.
they knew.
Yeah, they were alerted. So it's just gonna be normal. So go ahead. You're gonna roll a d6 plus your dexterity modifier, which is +3.
7.
7. You see them yelling at each other as you rise up and just yell, "Hataka!" and just hits him right in the side and falls to the ground. Doesn't look like he's moving anymore. We're just looking at him. Yeah, and just talking, like yelling at it. What else do you like to do?
Defensive.
You already use your action for sneak attack, so you can't go defensive. You
Oh,
have,
that's
you have your movement and bonus action left.
I'm gonna move right here.
Okay. 5. Alright. Next up, Anton. 25.
As I come up, you guys hear me kind of muttering under my breath. And God, give us the knowledge and perseverance to make it through this fight. And I touch each of you guys and you get blessed.
Sorry, Kale. It's not Betty White blessed, but it's blessed. Is that it too?
Mm-hmm. How much of my movement was that?
You didn't hide as a bonus action, did you?
You said I couldn't.
No, I said you still have a bonus action and movement action.
Oh, well, that's what I meant.
Okay, go ahead and roll your stealth since you're for your bonus action right now.
You couldn't dodge.
You couldn't dodge. You can defend.
That's what I said.
Yep.
Alright. 19.
19. All right. Cool. You see the foliage next to you. You kind of use that as cover, kind of diving into it, using the foliage to give that actual solid stealth.
Aren't you a widow?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you get advantage?
She gets them. She can hide. It doesn't say advantage. Just hide. You're able to hide into it easily. All right. This is gonna be real fun for you, Aaron.
Oh, I know.
Here we fucking go.
Ready.
Here we go. First attack. That's going to be a hit. That's going to be a miss. That's going to be a crack. That's a miss. Let's reroll that as a miss. That one's got a scimitar charging. You got 4 who are attacking you. So far, we got 1 hit. We got another hit. We got another hit. So we're at 3 hits. We got a nat 20 and a miss. So 4 hits, and one of them being a crit. So, here we go. Now, does the armor of Agathius, does that have to be a melee attack, or does anything that hits him?
Melee.
It has to be a melee?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so one of the range one hits you with a piercing arrow. It collides with you as you try to pull your shield up. Damage reduction considered, you only take 1 point of damage from that. Alright. For another attack, you also take 1 more point of damage for that. From another attack, you take 4 points of damage from that. The 2 that hit you with melee, though, they also suffer 10 damage in return. Okay. Each one. And then I got the one that did a crit on you. 2 once and otherwise, but that plus damage. You only take 1 point of damage because of your damage reduction. You take 1 point of Constitution ability reduction. So you see what your con is?
Constitution 15. 15.
It's 15. So it goes to 14 temporarily, but where you're fine, it doesn't alter anything yet. You are also by stage 1 exhaustion. You see the 4 run up to you and start attacking. One doesn't get through one of your shields, while the other one manages to take nicks at you, and an opening they consider was lethal. Fortunately, your magical aura that you emanated was enough to bounce back and cause cold damage. So you see him as the blaze nick your body, that you actually start feeling it. It was already too late as the frost immediately covers the blades, wraps around their hands, and just freezes them in place, killing all three of them as these frost-like statues. The one that gets you in the gut, you can feel it through your chainmail as you adjust your chainmail to continue the fight, thus causing that exhaustion and that critical hit. Next up is Aaron. One runs up to you, Kayla, and starts talking. And just like nonsense coming from it.
You're just laughing in his face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw my sword back and
Nice
attack the
save.
guy next to me. This guy.
Okay. You get advantage.
I get advantage.
Because it's flanking?
No,
No.
because it's
Not
not.
expecting an attack.
It's not expecting an attack.
Hey, friends.
Go ahead and roll again. You get advantage.
Oh, okay, yeah. 6 plus what was it? 8. So 14.
14. Miss.
Get a second attack.
Well, he's still busy. I'm gonna attack this other guy in front of me. What is this table? That was such a
That's
good
why-
roll, and then
that's
it
why I
was
like
like,
Here.
He needs
Where I
to
get that box.
iron this.
give me that
Walmart, like $10.
What's that roll?
That's not bad.
Alright, well, that's
They got like an all black one. They got like just evil ones. They got like sharks. Plethora.
She.
They got holographic fronts. I got the coolest one, of course. Come on now.
Oh, okay.
Noise.
Sweet.
Not to flex on y'all, but bam!
I saw on Amazon they had some that were like a tower. You just put your dice in.
That's pretty neat.
You attack twice. You got a bonus action and a move action.
Like,
I'll just put it right here.
Yes.
You might not have anything to do with it, but
Just put him at the top.
Could be
And then
spiritual.
pull the
That's-
sticks
that's-
out.
this one's not bad stuff.
Well, I ended up.
Six back, reset.
Oh yeah, on the back there.
I
Damn.
was gonna say
Yeah,
right
oh,
there.
that one. Yeah. Sorry.
Looks sexy, like.
Kayla, it
Got
is your
spilling
go.
out.
You see him talking as he like starts yipping, and then he grabs a rock representing something else. And he drops the rock, and he starts to go pick for the rock, and you see Aaron fucking slash at the guy, missing him, and he goes back up. Hold on, catcher! Missing him completely, just doesn't expect the thing. Your go.
So he's right in front of me talking to me.
Yeah, he's right there.
So
Yes,
I'm gonna nod and smile, and then I'm gonna slowly pull out my dagger and just stab him in the gut.
Oh, you're blessed. You get that a D4 to your attacks.
You also are blessed. You can have a D4 to your attack.
Sweet.
So all my attacks.
Am I
They get to add a
Blessed
one.
too?
Oh, yeah,
You are blessed.
You,
as well.
you threw
All
her
three of
all
you are
blessed.
blessed.
Sorry,
Hey.
I didn't think about it until just now.
plus 4
Plus a D4.
plus D.
That's only for like the next one.
I'm gonna stab that guy
Go
right
ahead.
in front of me.
Do you want to use your bless?
He's just having a conversation with
I
me.
Bless
know.
goes for the full minute.
Full minute, so you get to add an extra D4 to attack if you don't think you're gonna hit.
You always get added.
Okay.
Always gets added.
For the next minute.
1 plus 12 is 13 plus 5.
Wait. 1 plus 12 or 12 plus 5?
Yes.
Or
yes.
altogether?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. 18.
You hit. Go ahead and roll damage. D4.
You- this guy.
Yeah, that would be the one. You got it. 2
Ooh.
plus.
2.
Alright, 4 damage. You like nod as you take the dagger out and you shank him just. And you see it draw its blade, and you see these purple eyes angry at you. It's still alive.
It's not happy.
Damn it.
It also realized it was charmed, so now it's really angry.
It's having a whole puppet show. Why would you? Oh, we're not friends. Well, now I look dumb. A single tear.
You treacherous swine. Anything else, Caleb?
No, that's it.
All right. Melee, you.
Okay. This is what I want to do. I pull out my ball bearings. Can I throw them past the steps, or do I have to be right? They have to be right in front of me.
Since you're gonna throw all these ball bearings out, I think it only occupies a 5-foot square.
10, according to mine.
10 foot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it has to be within. It's got to be next to you, so you can. You just tell me which 10 feet. So it's gonna be the one to the left, or the one to the right, or
Well, if that's the
next to
case,
you.
then I'm gonna move first.
Okay.
Up one,
All right, down the steps.
and I want these two.
It's
It's a square, not a
10 by
rectangle.
10.
10 by 10. So yeah.
That area.
Okay. So the
So-
two in front, the two. Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah. You pull out your bag of ball bearings, and you just let. You just hear all of them just like a whole bunch, 1,000 of these things. They steady and roll. All right. Anything else?
My arrow.
All right. Knocking another arrow. You can't attack because you use your action to do
Is
ball
that
bearings.
okay? Go back to being stealthy.
All right. Go ahead and make a stealth check then.
2,
2 plus stealth.
11.
11. Okay. Yeah. As you try to use the foliage this time, thinking it looks helpful, maybe not.
I can't see them, so they can't see me.
Anton.
I had an idea for what I wanted to do. I'm just gonna whip out my crossbow. I'm gonna shoot at one of the guys in the back.
Okay.
I don't care which one. You can pick DM.
Okay.
Does a 12 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay.
It goes right by him as he knocks another arrow.
Run away.
It's safe
Yeah.
back here.
It's real safe back here. What is this music?
It's called a Goblin Cavern.
What's the DC for the ball bearing?
So does it say
When
It's
somebody else somebody's
yeah.
attacking anyone other than
10.
within 5 feet of you?
Dexterity saves.
Yeah,
Here we
so you can
go.
do it to either one of those.
Falling on his back. And one slips in the ball bearing.
That's because I tried to shoot him, so he was like, "What the fuck was
What
the
up? Shit everywhere.
This is not a good space.
Alright, melee 2 arrows to you. Here we go. AC?
14.
14. Alright, we have 2 hits. We've got 3 hits. We have 2 attacks going to you. I'm sorry. 3 attacks going to you.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Melee. That one's a hit. That one's a hit. Good rolls today. Arrow. Miss.
Cool.
And then the Soul Charm Survivor. Here we go.
I'm actually gonna
Hit.
Hang on.
use my fighting protection as a
Reaction.
reaction to impose disadvantage on an attack roll.
On
The last one you just
The last one.
against Caleb.
Okay. So a disadvantage. AC?
12.
Didn't work.
It didn't work, man. I rolled a nat 14 on the first one, and my second one's a nat 12.
At least you tried.
Nice tried. Alright, let's go ahead and roll some
You're just used to
damage.
fighting taller opponents. You threw your shield out and he went under. That's not your
Alright, so we have 3 hits.
I am 6'11".
Do you want to use your reaction to give you
For like
half
3
damage?
foot.
And which one? First attack, second attack, or third attack?
What?
3 attacks are going to hit you, but you can use your reaction, because you're a rogue, to give you, to take only half damage. Which attack would you like to do half on?
I would feel like my first attack.
First
'cause
attack?
I'm not doing anything just yet, so.
You can wait and just see which one deals a lot of damage.
You can do that choice?
Yeah.
I thought, okay.
Yeah, it's when you
Oh.
take damage, you can choose to use it.
Oh, then I do
So,
that.
5 on the first one, 3 on the second one.
Well, you have to do it as you like. You don't get to see all of them. You have to choose which one you want to use it on. So, like, if you, so he hits you for 5. Do you want to use it?
Yeah. do it.
Oh, okay, so after each one.
After each one, you have to
What's
decide.
the
if you want it.
highest?
So
You don't
far,
know.
the first one, it was
No,
5.
no, like overall, what's the highest damage I could get?
You don't know.
You don't know.
fucked up.
You know, 5 is the hardest
So
they've hit so
first
far.
one was the 5, and the second one was the 3.
How much health do you
want
have?
to take it on the 5?
I'll take it on the 5.
You take it on the 5?
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
does that go down to 2 damage? Then?
I'll wait
round-
and double check.
you half round down. 2.
Okay. Yeah.
So you take 2 damage
Okay.
on that
3.
one. You take 3 on the next one. You take max damage 8 on the last one.
Really don't like you guys. I'm over here cursing at these fucking assholes.
They're over there fucking assholes.
So 8 plus 3 plus 2? No. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 3.
8, 3, 2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, 2, 3,
13.
2, 3, 8.
Thank you.
The first one doesn't hit you, but your DR kicks in and it does no damage to you. So I don't think your temporary hit points gets affected. So he doesn't get completely frosted away.
Right.
The other one though does get through, and you take 3 damage.
Okay. There goes your Agathis of
So
Armor.
there goes your Agris armor, and that one gets completely turned to frost as well as into the frost statue. Kayla, this one that you have just pissed off. You take 6 points of slashing damage as it grips that dagger and starts swinging wildly at you, cutting you.
You should have picked up a rock and talked with him.
We're all battling and she's just playing puppets with the goblin.
I'm an asshole.
She busts out Betty White.
Next up, Aram.
Alright.
Kick
said
ass,
6.
Aaron.
6 damage.
Okay, so I get. Was it a 6 damage?
What?
Or. 4.
A D4. On top of your attack.
Alright. So which one got frosted? This guy? Or did he
Oh, I
die?
already
Did
already
you
took
hit your
him off.
attack?
Oh yeah, you got
Your
frosted.
attack? Did you attack?
I didn't attack. I threw the ball bearings.
So if we walk through that, did we fall down?
Yes.
Oof.
It half
You could
pace.
go here.
You should not get affected by it
That
or you
way.
get advantage.
Because it's only this square right here.
Yeah, I was thinking of
So
that.
you don't fall.
Well, I'm gonna attack that guy. He's.
With
guy.
Okay.
Alright. Here we go.
16 plus.
Oh, that's a hit.
Yeah, plus 8. And then 6 plus 5, so it's 11.
11. You use your shield and you block one of its attacks. You take your longsword as you plunge it through its neck and you pull out. The thing just falls backward, dies.
Let's see.
You
Yeah.
pulling out?
Like she said, you can move at half speed and not have to make the save with ball bearings.
I'm gonna move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see? So if they attack you, if they both live, they would get advantage on you.
Because they're attacking.
They're
from your
attacking
side.
flank. So they would get advantage on you. But go ahead.
He's like, I plan to murder him.
Yeah. Oh, son of a bitch.
Is that a nat 1?
Is it?
It is a 1.
Is
So
it
that's
a
4 plus 8, that's
Nat ones are auto misses.
12.
Nat 1s are
Whoa, are they?
crit,
crit
fumble.
fail.
What are you using? A slashing weapon?
Yeah, do I drop it or anything?
Well, about to find out.
Bad grip from that one that you plunged in the face. You feel the blood start dripping onto the handle. Bad grip. You have disadvantage on attacks for the next 3 rounds. So it starts on the next turn. So it just means disadvantage.
That's not too bad.
It's not a condition. It's just, yeah.
All right. And are you moving or staying right there?
I'm gonna.
Which one were you going for? The one ahead of you?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna stay right there.
Next up.
That one's still in front of me.
Rock, pebble one hand, skimmy in the other. Dagger in the gut.
I'm trying again.
Okay.
Dagger.
Go ahead, roll a d20 and a d4 with it. Alright. 12 plus 4, 16 plus 5.
21.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
One. What?
How much damage have you done to it last round?
2. 4. 4.
4?
It was 4.
It was
yeah.
4? Okay. So, yeah, you see it flailing around. You take your dagger. Again, right into its body. This time higher up. It falls to the side trying to get air and just can't. You hear it choking on its own blood.
What do you got against this guy?
Buddy.
And it's...
He's playing with the fucking rock.
Anything else you like to do? You have a movement and a bonus action.
I'm gonna move right here.
Okay. Next up, Haley.
Is he too close for my bow?
Yes, he would be.
And it would take an action to pull out my rapier. No?
You could drop your bow and then pull out your rapier.
You don't even have to drop your bow. Rapier's one-handed.
Oh yeah, you could put your bow in one hand and just pull it out.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm going to attack the guy in front of me.
Alright, go ahead and roll 20.
Plus a d4?
Yeah. Ooh, is that a natty 1?
Ooh. Oh my.
Ooh, my. The attack deals damage to you instead of the target.
Oh.
So go ahead.
You hit your foot.
Ow!
Go ahead and roll damage.
Which one?
D8.
So a really cool house rule that I saw that some people do is that if you're blessed and you roll that one, it doesn't count as a because God's blessing you.
I like that.
It's a pretty cool one, isn't it?
I'll consider that next time.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're already into it this time, but
Yeah, yeah. Like, especially if you're doing crit cards, yeah. 4?
Can we go back?
Yeah. So,
can I get my guts back?
you take your rapier as you start to pull it out, and you fling it crazy, seeing the assault come at you. You pull it out. You mess up your position of the hand as you're holding your bow, and you manage to cut the inside of your hand pretty deep, dealing the 4 damage. If you're holding it, like, you're feeling the pain.
Just look your hand, man.
That kind of begs the question: if you bane an enemy, can they critical hit? Because bane's the opposite of bless. Just something to think about later.
Yep. Okay. All right. Other than that, anything else?
If I decide to run away, are they gonna have a
Well, you can use a bonus action to disengage.
disengage?
Okay. So disengage has now been activated.
I
You
have
still
to
have
use your
movement.
to run.
I'm gonna go backwards. Fuck this shit.
No.
Where?
I don't know.
There?
So it's been. It's been.
It's
It's
been.
How fucked up do you look?
That gave me damage, right?
4 damage.
Hold on.
Is it noticeable how hurt you are?
She got fucked up quite a bit.
I'm at 62%.
Okay. Okay. So you're bleeding from a few places.
I'm bleeding.
Okay. What the fuck is going on out there?
It's rough
I
right
pull
now.
out bandages and poultices and
I'm looking at you like.
you heal 10. Alright.
I'll take it. Thank you so much.
And while I'm up there healing you, I'm looking out and I'm like, oh, that's a lot of goblins. Oh my god.
Oh my.
I see your shit's all falling out. What the fuck is going on?
You see the goblin get up from the ground. He's like scattering, pulling out his blade out, dropping his bow behind, going after Jadis and Aram. 3 attacks on both of you. Only 1 attack hit both of you. So I already did the minus. It's 4 damage.
I'm going to use
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage on that one.
reaction.
Okay, those are rolls. Got it. Okay.
Nope. That's good. Nope, that's good.
No, it's a good skill. Don't get me wrong, but she has a low AC.
I understood the concept you were going for, so I didn't want to mention it, but like even just getting a +1 AC to yourself is probably not bad.
So, Kayla, you take 5 points of damage.
Oh, it's a 4.
Yeah, you only take the 4. As
That,
they come up and they start
Where's your
slashing, distracting you. An arrow sizzles by,
Where's your top
hitting the wall behind you. Another one kicked in the side.
3 out of 60.
Aram, it is
That's not bad.
your go.
Alright.
He's a tank and fool over here.
Crap, I got disadvantage on.
Oh wait, your shield's not out. Isn't your AC?
No, he
You're
doesn't.
six.
His shield's out.
Oh, okay.
So,
You're gonna roll disadvantage, so you're gonna roll another d20 with it. Okay. Now,
so I have to do the lower one.
yeah, you have to take the low.
Look this guy dead straight in the eye in front of me. And fuck my ass. That's 5 plus 8, 13.
Miss, unfortunately.
All right.
You still have a second attack?
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Let's go. 9 plus 3 plus 8. That's 20.
That's a hit.
Hell yeah.
With disadvantage.
That's right. And then that's an 8.
Plus
Right.
5.
8 plus 5.
Alright, let's do it. 8.
8. Which one?
Oh, the guy right in front of me.
This one.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't like his face.
Yeah, that's understandable.
It could have been fine, but it was just a little bit off.
Yeah.
The sword is lopsided in your hand as you're trying to hit him. Your grip changes as you hold on tighter, delving into the side of its clavicle and through its body as it hits the ground. So you pull your sword off of it.
After I hit that blow, you see a small burn.
Go slow. Jadis, your move.
One sec, she's checking the fake look.
I wasn't on Facebook.
Oh my god, you actually wore?
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
I was reading
Snapchat.
about a spell.
Oh, okay.
I was not.
She just switched over
Cut
to it.
it.
Yeah. See,
My
spell.
phone wasn't open. There's so many things to do. I'm overwhelmed.
You have, like I
I
said, being a wizard,
I
as soon as
know.
your turn ends, try to figure out what the next spell is.
I was gonna sit over there so I could help you with your spells, but then like this is your first time.
Yeah,
playing, right?
yeah.
So I decided to sit over here so I could help him.
It's alright.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm very helpful.
Can you use a cantrip and a spell at the same time?
Depending on the cantrip. If the cantrip says casting time bonus action, then yes, you can. And no,
The spell has to have a casting time bonus action.
the spell has to have a casting time of bonus action, and it has to be a cantrip or just a. I thought you could do a spell and cast a cantrip.
But the spell has to have a bonus action casting time.
Okay.
Okay. Stop it!
12 o'clock is looking.
If
I knew she was playing wizard. I was like, this will take a bit.
Okay, if I use burning hands, will it reach more than one of them?
Not in that position. It goes into a cone. So right, if you use burning hands, it will get 2 of them if you shoot it dead.
Yeah,
ahead.
like these two.
Yeah.
It'll hit.
Okay.
It'll hit these two.
I'm gonna do that.
It'll hit this. Oh, I thought it was a cone. I thought it hit that one.
Well,
and one
I
back.
mean, it would be like
I
these
thought it was
two
1, 3,
or
5.
these two.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3.
Right.
3.
It's
15-foot cone.
15 feet.
Cone, yeah.
So what did it hit all through?
Well, no, because it comes out from a point. So generally, if you're looking at the point, they cover squares like this, right?
Yeah.
This is the 15 that it normally is. 15-foot cone, or it hits them like this.
So it would hit the one in front of you and the 2 that have the bow and arrows in the back.
Okay.
Yep, that's my decision.
Dex saves.
Dex saves. So go ahead, Kill. You're gonna be rolling some damage here.
You casting that first level? It's first level spell.
Yes.
I just didn't know if you were casting your notes. 3d6.
Yeah. Okay. 3.
Mm-hmm. Normal dice.
8.
Mm-hmm.
6 on one and 1 on the other.
10. 11. I was like, wait, there's a 1.
You're like 10, and I was like, she's not this bad at math.
No, I'm
What is
not.
she missing?
Okay, how much damage?
It's 11.
11. Okay.
So that's the benefit of normal spells over cantrips. On cantrips, on normal spells, if they fail to save, they still take damage just half.
Yeah. I mean, I just didn't know if you could do both at the same time, because, like, I have Blade Ward, which is, like, resistance.
A little bit right.
So, I didn't know. So,
Those are weird.
Those are real weird. Okay, so Kayla, how would you like to describe your burning hand spell?
well,
Depends on position, yeah.
Those are strange.
I kind of get where they're coming from.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I guess I
see
need. Do I use both of my hands?
the flavor of the
Doesn't
spell
matter.
is,
Just
but you don't have to.
The flavor.
The flavor of the spell is you do this,
Yeah.
but
I was
you
gonna
could
say because I
just
have
gout it
my
out one-handed. however you want.
dagger in my hand still, so I'm gonna drop it.
You're good. You can it can come out of Betty White's mouth too, whatever you want.
Anything come out of her mouth.
Oh, everything.
It's fire out of my hands.
I'm gonna see if we can get an actual. How would I describe it? You pull out the statue of Betty White as you shoot it forth, and her mouth opens a gate, and just fire bursts forth. Or do you take both your hands as you whirl this fire-like circle and Hadoken their asses?
I'll
Both
blast their
are
asses.
cool.
And that's why I'm letting you interpret how you cast.
You know
the
what?
spell.
I'm using my statue for it. It's just
Miss Betty White
shooting out of her face, out of her
Betty White.
mouth, and her eyeballs.
You see the statue of Betty White with its hands out as you cast your somatic as you pull it forth, and just this fire gaze. I think the eyes just light up, and just fire just shoots forth and just incinerates two of the goblins. One of them manages to take cover behind one of his brethrens, and he takes the whole blunt of it. He still lives, but he wish he wasn't, as most of his body is covered in third-degree burns.
I love how the majority of your spells are just running at people going, "Look at Betty White! Look at Betty White!"
Betty White is down!
Shooting out of her.
Look what she could do!
What's that kid with a rock? Look at Betty White! You didn't even give him the pleasure of seeing Betty White. You just stabbed him a couple times, like, fuck your rock, man.
It was too easy. He was so happy, and he was distracted.
And
You were jealous of his happiness, huh?
Shit. Next up is melee.
Okay, so I'm gonna put my rapier back and keep my bow.
Okay.
I'm gonna sharpshooter this fucker right here.
All right. He's at a lower level, so technically you see the top of his head. So you have a clear shot.
Headshot.
you get plus 1 to your attack.
Wait, are you doing -5 +10?
She said sharpshooter,
Okay.
but you get that in D4.
That does help. 1 + 1 plus.
What?
What do you get? 15?
16?
16 + 1 + 1. 17.
Plus 1?
Yep.
18.
Okay, yeah, you're right. All right, you hit. So, a d6 plus 10 plus 3.
3d6s.
Yeah, 3d6s, since you also have a ally next to them within
46s
5 feet.
plus 13.
So where do you
It's
6
dead.
is?
That is just that.
That's
She could get it
minimum-
all once.
minimum
No,
17
it's dead.
damage.
I just want her to roll to feel that power.
I want to see the head explode on that guy. You know, I take my eyes off the creature in front of me to watch this.
6, 10, 14 plus 13.
Oh, same as last time.
You shoot another arrow as it goes right on top of the final step when you get on the top, as the lick of the feather just touches it enough. You see the arrow go right to its skull. Shoots past, it doesn't realize what just happened. Its body crumbles to the ground, dead.
Savage.
Yeah, I did one of these.
Giving him the bird.
Bitch.
Next up is Anton.
How messed up do you look? Can I tell that you're really hurt, or you're not showing, or
I'm at a 14.
I don't know what that means. Does your
Like,
character look
how
really
much
hurt
do
or
you
not?
have?
I think, well, yeah,
14 out of what?
24.
She's at 58% damage.
You have 24 health at level 5?
Did we never changed it?
Add 16
Oh,
max. Add 16 max and health wise.
yeah, we
Just both
didn't
numbers.
change my stuff
Yeah.
from 3 to 5.
Yeah, so you have.
So you have 40 max minus 10.
Yeah.
You had 30 of 40.
Yeah.
She's alright.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're looking alright. You don't look too bloodied. Okay.
great.
There's one guy left that two.
I can come up and broke my ass.
I mean, that sounds pretty fun, but there's more important things to do right now. Shay, can I have that guy make a dex save?
Far?
Huh?
Far or close?
Yeah, the far one.
Far. Dex save. I got
15.
I failed.
That is. You guys see like a little missile come out of the sky. Like a flame missile hit and explode on him. He takes 10.
Somewhere from the darkness of the ceiling, this missile.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We're in a cave. What the fuck?
Yep.
Frog.
Yeah, he takes 10
10.
radiant.
Yeah. Just body. He's already burned. Just getting up. Just flames. Done.
And then I rush back over here and pick up my crossbow.
Alrighty. Already did their turns. Yeah, he comes up and tries to attack you, and focusing on one target. The attack becomes sloppy as you block it. Go ahead. It is your turn, Aaron.
Well, I'm still at disadvantage, correct?
Correct. So 2d 20s and a d4.
Smash this motherfucker. So 8 plus 1 plus 8, 17?
Hit.
And just 1 plus 5? 10?
10. Done. How would you like to do it?
What are these guys doing? Wallace?
They seem to be distracted with something else.
I want to slash.
Oh, I thought that was a wall this whole time.
From
Probably
shoulder to
not good.
bottom of his left leg, man. Just cut him
You,
in half.
you grip your sword well. You dig into his body. You almost 100% cut through his body. When you finish the slashing action in the past, some of the skin still connects with it, and it falls in half at an arc, and blood starts spewing.
That's
And
better
its
than I
legs
imagined.
start doing that waddle and fall on the opposite side in this weird twist, this knot.
Exhilarating.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
We're done?
Yeah, we good, dude.
I ran back to grab my crossbow.
From the far end, you can see a couple of these goblins like look out, and you see them like start getting something, and they retreat.
So I'm gonna go in here. I want to see what was in there.
Okay. What would you three like to do? She is searching.
We'll move forward. Just gonna see what's going on.
Looking around.
Yeah.
Kayla, what do you do?
Stand guard.
What is this? You just
It's a grid. Like,
That is a you
ramp.
don't know exactly what's up there. It's 20 feet high,
oh.
That's like a
but you can
bridge.
tell that it's like a in the center where the dots that you don't see on the map. You see there that the pillar collapsed, and part of the mining rail system for like a train, a track, has kind of severed and parted. As you can see, some of the metal dip down.
I see. Alright, I'm gonna move up here.
A small room meant for storage. Now it is a wreck with nothing left of value. You do note that there is another door on the other side that's slightly ajar, but it looks crammed and full of debris.
Can we peek in there?
You try to peek into the door. It looks like it was a cave-in. A lot of the stonework has collapsed, or maybe the tunnel itself or room has just shifted. So there's no way to get the door open.
I like how you put nothing of value because you know I'm gonna look.
I mean, go ahead and roll perception.
Where's my die? 16.
16. Pushing up the small door, you start like trying to get it open. You start peering through the cracks. So you start making your way back. Something catches the corner of your eyes. You notice that in the corner, in a small cubby, small crack, like what a mouse would use to hide or so, you see among small rubble, a small bit of glint catches your eyes. Going closer, you can tell that there's a small dime-sized diamond as you pull it up.
Can I dig in there a little bit more?
You can start feeling through a little more, see if you can find any more treasure. Tegan.
Okay.
I want to know what the statue is and what it means.
Go ahead, roll a history.
Why am I rolling so low? 14.
It looks to be a dwarven statue commemorating Morden. A lot of the purple mushroom-like vines have already surrounded most of it. It is relatively still intact. It's also a symbol, judging by its craftsmanship. You know that usually this caters to an area meant for blacksmithing or a forge.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception. What are you going to go? You're going to roll a d20. You're going to add your perception skill. You get disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Yeah, I was gonna say. 6.
Well, again,
Roll a disadvantage.
3. Oh, there's 1.
1, so 4. You can tell that in the corner, covering the fauna covering it is looks like a makeshift dwarven forge that had a stone craft that went up 20 feet and then rounds a corner to the structure on top. You see this landing in front of you and a path going to the right. Some failed lumber and some debris linger on the ground from here and there. But nothing really of value that you can tell from your position. Nothing, no other monsters, no dwarven corpses, just a lot of frozen dead ones and what you murked.
Alright, we can check those bodies, or
Oh, you bet your ass I'm checking those bodies.
You go through the bodies, start picking them one by one. They don't have anything of money value, which is odd. Just weird knickknacks, things. One pouch you go in and it's clumps of dirt with like 3 worms in it. Another one seems to be a collection of unknown ears. A small bowl that has been torn in half by something. A ladle that has been chewed on and gnawed on.
I'm gonna go back and pick up that rock.
I was about to say.
This looks like a
And I'm
normal
gonna go
rock.
give it to Jadis and just kind of giggle.
Hands you that rock. Exact same rock.
Now you can have Betty.
Betty White meets The Rock.
So how long am I exhausted?
You're going to be exhausted until you take a long rest. Yeah, it's going to be rough.
Is there any way I can climb up that?
Bless is
Bridge.
probably off by this point. So,
It's possible you can climb up possibly, not on that bridge per se, but to that right. You see that the pillar has leaned forward. An athletics check could probably get you up there.
This?
Yeah.
'Cause I want to be able to see.
Okay, what do you guys want to
I don't know what this
I'm
black
climbing
hole
up
in
here.
front of me is.
Oh, that is a pillar supporting the rail
Do I have to
system.
roll or anything?
Athletics check, yes, if you're going to climb it.
Am I by any of the weird glowing mushrooms?
19.
Yes, all of these are glowing mushrooms.
19. Yeah, you relatively find handholds as you make your way up on the top. You see that the rail system makes its way a roundabout, and a collapse of the tunnel has blocked off the train, the track. Behind you, you can see that the tunnel continues on unknown, but you take note that there is a cart still on the rail. Looks like a head or something, with a pig still hanging out. Looks like a skull of some kind, but it's too far away to really know what it is, about 30 feet away or so.
Looking out. Go ahead and reveal. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Reveal. Alright. You can see a landing where there's a fire here and some makeshift homes, nests, or dens that are set up with another collapsed pillar, fire, debris, and the vines seem to be coming from over here. But you don't take note of
There's no
any.
enemy?
There's
These
no
stairs are going
goblins.
up, right?
Stairs are going up, yes.
No enemies.
So I shot down his other, yeah. I don't see anybody. And can I go check out the cart? Is it too far away? I make a quick pit stop.
There's no way to accessibly climb over to it. 10-foot wide gap.
Alright. So, Amir? Catch
Yeah.
me.
What's up?
I'm jumping.
Oh,
Catch me,
alright.
goddammit.
Both of you roll 20. You're gonna use your dex, and
Don't fucking drop me.
you're also going to use your dex.
16 plus what? Dex. 2.
Nice one you got over there. you see Melee as she jumps towards you. She hooks herself accidentally. You're not sure what tripped her up, but just you see her trip up right on the railing at top as she starts like fear has now entered. You fall toward. Hold on.
Catch me! Don't drop me!
It's so graceful.
Alright, yeah, you go over in the nick of time as you just feel the drop. It's awkward catch, but you grab a hold of her. few inches away from the ground as you kiter the gravity in the right direction, pulling her up.
Rocking you back and forth. What's up?
Those big muscles. What are we doing?
Why are you guys looking at me?
I'm going this way.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm leaving there.
Thank you. Tap you on the shoulder.
The heck is all this stuff again?
So I'm guessing this is a railway. Yeah?
No,
ends?
it's a pillar that has fallen to
Oh,
the side.
okay.
And this
These
is like
are
a little
camps.
camp.
It looks like a camp with a makeshift fire.
Do I perceive any booby traps? 20.
20? Okay, that's 20.
I know everything about this.
Are you searching right there, or are you?
No, I'm going up here. Sorry, I moved myself. But like this area.
All right, you enter over here, looking cautiously and carefully to the surrounding area. Something does catch your eye. For a quick moment, like a flash of light catches your attention. Just past the rubble, along the wall, was a light flashing from a lantern. A secret door was slightly ajar, and an older dwarf nodding you over, quietly.
Excuse me. Right there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be cautious and go. See what the hell.
You see something pulls your attention, Anton. Same as you. You see something pulls your attention as Aram still goes up, guard ready.
I'm just like slowly walking behind you guys, so I'm good just standing there. Mid-walk.
Yeah, you move over as you see the door open up even more as you see this older-looking dwarf,
I have a
graying.
dagger out.
Older-looking dwarf, graying. You see his beard has gone to his belt and he has tucked it in. Part of his right ear is missing. Looks like just age throughout his history. That's happened, not so recent. But yeah, you see him come up. Are they going?
Yeah.
Good. Me and a few others. He opens the door, and you see it's a small, cramped area, but it's a dwarven secret storage area. It's empty now, but you see one of them has been attacked, and you see a few supplies that they managed to get away and hide in. Who are you? Who sent you? Is Farnan okay?
Farnan sent us. Who are you? Are you?
I'm Sourmine Rocksplitter.
What's up, bud?
At your service. Well, now that you found us, we can get on out of here. I do want to let you know there's some strange happenings with these goblins. Not the same. Normal goblins, when you take out a few of them, they run away, they cower, with their noses tucked between their knees, and they run and hide in their tunnels. But these are acting different. Also, we're in a forge, a long, forgotten forge. I don't know whose family this belonged to, but it has been used in quite some time. I'll just stand there, act like a human.
So it seems like they're looking for something. You got something you're hiding?
Oh no, they were looking for us. We managed to get by them while they were distracted with the others. Did they make it out? All of them? Ebrick, Timon.
I have no idea. Okay, I'll search it.
It is safe though to go back out. I'm not much of a fighter. Are we going or not?
Let's go.
Alright. This time you're ahead watching. You're not seeing anything from the stairwell, which I'll describe when I can. But you're not seeing anything coming up.
I'm gonna rummage through their stuff really quick.
You start making your way. The exit's over there.
Hey, wait.
Looks at you. Who are you? Another elf. Let me guess, you want money too?
No, I don't want your money.
No. Just one of you has a decent time.
And then I was like, it's a Cadillac converter, not a Catarite conciser. Oh, hey guys.
Sourmine Rocksplitter at your service. I'm a miner here.
Anton.
Anton.
Man, you look messed up.
I've seen my moments.
I was told you might have some healing supplies. I can patch you guys up.
I do have some stuff.
I was gonna heal you up.
Remember? Pulls out a bag. This is not the best medical bag. He pulls it out, opens up. Some of these are used bandages that have been cleaned probably multiple times in their life. You see a healing potion, a vial as you look at it. The contents are not supposed to be a mucky red, but a bright red. So that is already causing some maybe diluted in potion creation.
I try to heal them the best I can with their stuff. Oh, that's mine.
Yeah, you help one of them. Seems to be one you got in a leg. You see an arrow has it going through as you break off the arrow. You
want me to roll my healer stuff?
Yep, go ahead.
They get 6 plus their hit dice. The number of hit dice they have.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you break the arrow. You slide it through, using some of their bandages, suture them up with whatever you have. It's a mixture of what you can. Good as new. Probably won't be walking off for a month or so, but it's gonna live.
That's the price of uncovering cool stuff buried beneath, huh? What'd you guys find?
We're hiding. We're hiding from the goblins. They were coming after all of us, so we decided to just take shelter here. My own personal curiosity got the better of me. So I wanted to see what this forgotten mine was. I think it belonged to one of the Stonebreaker ancestors.
Oh.
Long forgotten.
Is that where the goblins came from?
I think the goblins came from one of the shafts a while ago. They seemed to be squatting here for a while. I did note, and he points over, you're starting to go through some stuff in the corner. As he points up the stairs, you can see the chamber turned left. Among the stonework artisans of dwarven culture were possibly heroes of the past, now forgotten. An incline went upwards that led to a stone building depicting a dwarven face. Where its mouth stood the mushroom-like plant blocking it. On the corner were 2 landings.
So there's a dwarf face with a mouth open and there's a big old mushroom in the mouth.
Like you see this curtain of plant life coming out from top, any openings in its face as it's almost dripping down like a curtain.
Oh, so it's not just mouth, it's just all over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see that it's blocking, or use a double set of stone double doors. The double doors are gone, and just this canopy or curtain of it. At the top of the stoop stands the dwarven forge. The eyes were carved deep. The plant covered its face like a hurt soul covering its looks, wishing not to be seen. The mushroom curtain covers the doorway. At the top, goblins have made their home here. Small huts and nests were made with odd art from collected spoils. The smell of rancid meat and musk assault your nose. Pointing up there, that's where the forge is. It hasn't been activated in quite a long time. It might have been stuffed up, the molten lava, sealed. I think the leader's there.
The goblins?
I heard chanting. There might be a goblin shop at work. Not something to be trifled with.
So you know much in the arcane ways?
My grandfather, yes, not me.
Okay. So what Stonebreaker stuff were you guys trying to find down here?
We were just mining. Opened up the sister tunnel. Turns out, sometimes you unlock hidden alcoves and walls and shifts in the mountain. And this opened up. Simple as that.
Interesting. How long have you guys been mining?
This location?
Yeah, in this location. I understand as a dwarf, it's kind of your life's passion.
Not long. Maybe a month. We were still getting started reinforcing a few of the tunnels of lumber comes.
That's what we're here for. We brought you guys lumber.
Oh, you're the lumberers.
No, I'm not a lumberer.
Well, you at least delivered the supply.
Yeah, I'm an escorter.
Adventurers. That's nice. That's good.
High-end escorter.
During this time, you rummage through near the fires you're going through. You see a few packs from probably some other past explorers, maybe just collections of unknowns, deerskin bags. Going through, nothing really becomes of value except for a nice reliquary. It looks to be made of bronze with 2 to 3, it's hard to gauge, of jewels still strapped to it, while other the slots have just emptied out. Probably find some value in it. Weighs about a pound. Possibly could have belonged to maybe some religious idol. Who knows?
Pocket.
This time you see the dwarf talking to everyone else. So,
Meander on over there.
I'm not much of a fighter. Please leave.
Oh, yeah. We're going to come back down here, though.
Oh, you can come come back down here. I'd just like to get out.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Alright.
You got any tips and tricks for us? Any dwarven trade secrets?
You start thinking as you guys slowly start making your way toward the exit.
Do I miss anything in these logs?
No, but we do need those.
Is he lying?
Go ahead and roll an insight.
That's when you.
Oh, I'll roll for insight. What do I gotta
If you
roll?
think somebody's lying, just say, "Is he lying?" or
Is
something
he
like
lying?
that.
Alright, 20?
Well, you get disadvantage because you're exhausted.
You need a man.
That's a pretty good roll.
Well, 20, but 7
Plus your insight roll.
4, so it's 11.
I got a plus of that, I'm pretty sure.
His words have been genuinely
Yeah.
honest. It seems like he's not really holding back anything and telling you accurate information from what you can decipher from what he's explaining.
Okay.
That they are important to miners, so they know what happenings and fair warnings to others.
I was saying about me missing anything.
Oh, missing anything.
Yeah.
About like talking about the ledgers.
Yeah.
If you start pointing things out, everything that you've been talking about, spot on.
Okay. Yeah, we were just going to use these to find you guys in case we couldn't find you. I don't see any marking here about a secret door, though.
When it comes to certain dwarf complexes you've been forwarded, we like to have a few things, secrets to get out if we need to.
Is there a way to spot them?
Huh?
Is there a way to spot them?
There's a way to spot them, yes.
So there are dwarven secrets.
There are dwarven secrets. Blood. Toss him in a little side satchel.
I hand over the letters.
That's food. Known for years. I'll make sure they get to the loved ones. And you guys get into the entrance here. You get a little bit further in at this point, kind of like a halfway point. I think I can manage it from here. Thanks. But be careful. If there's a goblin shaman, he's going to have a few tricks up his sleeve. Those mushrooms. I think that's what's the cause of all this. Goblins should never have purple eyes. It's not right.
And what room should I be looking for on the walls when I'm looking for secret doors?
If you make it through this, I'll tell you where one is.
I'll see you when we're done.
See you
So,
guys.
this is my first time hearing about the goblin.
That was in character.
Yeah.
It's like I'm so confident that this guy see you when we're done. This is falling on your
Do
shoulder.
I know anything
I got
about
your back.
goblin
But
shamans? What is that?
Go ahead and make a knowledge history.
are you asking somebody, or are you just checking what you know?
Checking what I know. History?
Yeah.
9.
9. You know a lot of goblins. These goblins, they reproduce fast. Their culture's just a train wreck. They're mostly cowards, but nothing of a goblin shaman is enacted or you can ever remember one. Like there have been bulky goblins, but not ones that can cast spells.
So what's a goblin shaman? Anybody know?
History, you said?
History, I said.
28.
28. A goblin shaman is one who has this like initiate spell. It's a
Niche.
niche. No, yeah, niche. An innate ability to access and cater to the weave, similar to sorcerers. It is rare that it happens into the goblin culture. Usually 1 in 1,000. But when it does, they usually are enacted as a leader or even a advisor. If there was no other goblins that could take that role. They don't have a vast access of spells like a normal person who's adept. Practitioner who's adept in the arts. They do have a couple that they can access, and it becomes relatively nasty depending on how they can enact it. For the few that you have read about, a lot the goblins that you do know of are practitioners in the fire aspect, since it's so chaotic and destructive and it fits that nature, but few delve into more sinister based on their environment.
It's actually really cool. So they're like these really unique phenomenons that have somehow caught a piece of the weave, and it's not something you normally find in goblins, but they actually are able to mold it and shape it into destructive magic. They don't really have, ways outside of that, but it's actually really fascinating. The problem is you don't really get to talk to any of them because they can mold the weave into destructive spells. They don't like talking to people.
Okay. Bad guys.
For goblins.
Okay. We don't like them.
You like any goblins?
The one talking to her was cute.
The one she tricked? And then stabbed?
No regrets.
I'm gonna say farewell, God be with you, and Dwarven to the main guy, or to Stonebreaker, or Rock Splitter.
I turned around. May the Forge Master watch over you.
I'm gonna wink at him.
You speak Dwarvish? You come back and spout something in Dwarvish, and you're just like. Like, I know you're hitting on me. You've had eyes this whole mine shaft. Watching you, bro.
This whole mine shaft.
So you come here often?
Alright, you guys make your way back. Still seems clear. So it seems clear as you guys make your way, going through, keeping an eye out. They haven't returned back to their spots as you slowly ascend the staircase to the
Except,
spot.
I'm checking out that secret room.
The secret room? You go to the secret room. Small, compact storage, maybe 10 by 15 feet. Like you can see that there's hints of potential storage units that could be placed in here, ideas, but it never got implemented, or it must have been moved down. So it's a relatively plain space.
I'm more looking on the outside. I'm looking for like anything that sticks out as a hey, I'm a secret room, you know.
Investigation check.
I'm okay at that.
I'm looking for more diamonds.
16.
Perception. 16. Going through the crafting, you're looking at it. Nothing is standing out. It's like pushing, finagling, touching, exploring certain runes. 15. You look around, and nothing really strikes at you. There is a barrel on one of the landings, and there's a weapon sticking out of it. It looks to be like a warhammer that's just covered in muck and looks just garbage.
Nothing. I'm satisfied.
Yeah, if I haven't found anything, I'm good too. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Can I use detect magic on mushrooms?
You can most certainly do that.
Question.
Interesting.
Are you going to cast it as a ritual, or are you going to use a spell slot?
Ritual takes 10 minutes to cast, but it doesn't use a spell slot. Or you can use a spell slot, but use a spell slot.
How many spells am I allowed to use?
Well, you did use a Burn
I
Hands
used
and a
2.
Charm Person.
I used 2.
You used 2 second level slot spells.
What? Burning Hands, you did it first level.
Oh, you did it first
Yeah.
level? Okay, so you used a first level slot and you used a second level slot when you cast Charm Person. So that's gone.
So you should still have 3 first levels, 2 second levels, and a third level. Or 2 third levels.
Detect magic at first, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just use it as a spell.
You're going to use a spell? Alright.
Yep.
You cast Detect Magic on the mushrooms. There seems to be a hint of something at play here. Mostly delving in, there's the nature that you can understand the concept of that with the arcane. You see that there's a minor, faint weave of energy that flows through the vines. That's not what catches your attention though, but it's the hammer that was left in the barrel that Melee overlooked. You see that there's magic coming from it. It looks like a conjuration emanating from this object in the barrel.
So...
You also take note that there is a magical force, faint, that surrounds the forge up top. That over the book.
Ooh.
Faint energy coming from it.
Can we touch it? I'll touch it.
I mean, I'll touch it. I'm
Can
gonna pick it up.
Can we all tell if there's stuff, or just her because she's doing it?
She's the one doing detect magic, so she can see what is magical and what's not magical. So if you have magical items or you're magical, she can detect that. So this is her. She sees it, and she said, "She can detect it."
So...
It looks gross.
We're gonna take it.
All right, you take this warhammer out of the barrel, and it looks mucky. It feels grimy when you touch it.
I peek inside the barrel. Okay, she did inside.
Someone shit in the barrel.
Huh?
Someone shit in the barrel.
Ew!
You want a shit hammer?
A shit handle hammer?
It's a shitty hammer.
Oh, I don't want it now. Gross.
I'll take it.
That's all that's in there is poop.
That's up to you if you want to. Like I said, you're role playing. If you want to have the hammer.
You
hammer.
carry.
Special
Yeah,
about
you can carry it. You're
What's
probably
so special
stronger than
about
me.
the hammer?
Yeah, is there
It's
anything
magical.
special about it?
Investigation check.
Investigation check.
Oh, I was asking.
Why are we
Go
messing
ahead.
with a poopy hammer?
Because it's magical, she said.
Yeah.
Somehow. I'm gonna investigate it.
It
16,
sounds like
19. So 16. Investigation 0, 16.
You mess with a lot of weapons in your
Somebody
time
with
as you're like
words,
going through it, as you're like scraping some of the handle, scraping some of the warhammer part, and like digging deep enough, even pulling out a dagger as you start scraping. There's a shine to it, and it gets your curiosity.
It's
And
my
you look at it.
curiosity,
It's a material you've never seen before made from it. But it has a shine, like a nice, vibrant shine to it.
Can I clean it off some more?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
too. My
that.
interest is peaked too. Shiny?
Yeah, you start cleaning it, brushing it up, anything, messing with it. Takes you about 5 minutes. During this time, Kayla, what are you doing? Are you still protect magic? Or anybody else?
I'm intrigued in what's going on in
Yeah,
here.
how do we figure out
I'm
what,
sitting there
what
going-
the fuck this hammer's made?
Are you asking
Yeah.
in character or out of character?
Wow, character.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could. If you just get rid of all the PCs, I can help
Yeah,
you with
yeah,
that.
I'm getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it cleaned up the best you can. It's nice looking. There's no rust. It was just covered in grime and filth. Like it hasn't seen a good
I hate
smith
some
in
of
a
it.
while.
I'm gonna need like 10-15 minutes.
Lick it.
It's faint. It's faint, but it's there.
Pull out a pearl, a few other magical accoutrements. You guys see me like pouring some salt around it and pulling out some chalk and inscribing some runes and that whole thing. I'm doing some chanting, some braziers and some smokes. I know what you guys want to do for 11 minutes.
I'm head tilting curious watching this.
You watch, and you continue to watch the door as you can still hear movement from the inside as you're with caution, but viewing it.
Actually, after I pull the stuff out, I'll be like, you guys, we haven't really had a rest in a while.
Ooh.
Do you want to rest before we fight the shaman?
How long is a short rest?
1 hour is a short.
I didn't know what you were
I
doing.
sit
so
down.
didn't go
Cross-legged.
Good.
Still watching.
to. We cool with it?
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
need to rest. I'm good. You guys have been taking the brunt of all the damage. You all look a little fucked up, so I figured I'd ask.
Still got the bandage around my face. I think I might keep
Okay,
it for a
cool.
while.
So I'm gonna get to this, and I'll come to you guys when I'm done.
Alright, sounds good, dude.
11 minutes go by in the beginning of your rest, and you complete it. Just you get this whole stat screen of how you.
I thought you had a card. That's why I reached out.
I considered it, but like this, you see the weave in your mind as it forms, as it gives you what it consists of, and what you've come to gather. It is made of mithril.
Okay.
Okay, it is.
Oh, you can just say that. I'm gonna tell.
Okay, it is a +1 mithril returning warhammer.
Mm. It's not that cool. Wait, do I have to attune to it?
Nope.
It's not that cool. I mean, it just kind of like.
You see, it, and then it hits the ground, and then comes back to his hand.
That looks really cool.
It's pretty cool.
I like it. Can I keep it?
This happy face.
I don't know how to use that thing. You saw me throw it. It hit the ground. Oh wait, it's just returning, isn't it? It's not throwing.
Yeah, it's just returning. It doesn't disappear and then come to your hand. It has to find a course back.
Well, throwing just means that.
It's Thor's fucking hammer.
Ish.
Yeah.
Ish. You
Thor-ish.
you can't throw it very far.
Pat.
Well, at least according to what you've told me so far.
Yeah, it can't.
Copyright.
It's a warhammer, so you can't
Yeah.
throw it really
Yeah.
far.
So throwing it at somebody.
Yeah, but like the range is like really short, like less
Test
than 50.
that puppy out.
Yeah, so
Right,
you can't
I
you
don't
can't
know.
relatively throw it far. It would still work if at the right distance. It can work. Just can't take it too far.
Kind of like swing it
It's
around.
like playing catch with yourself.
Not like
Yeah,
that. It can only go
yeah.
in one direction. It doesn't swing around. It doesn't give you that range that you can use.
You can like throw it at somebody and then call it back to your hand.
Yeah. Or if you're like, oh, I'm just gonna leave this at home or something, or like I'm gonna put it down, you just get it into your hand. If you
What
know.
kind of damage does it have?
D10.
Warhammer is versatile.
First off, D8.
So it's
D8
D8
one
plus you
handed.
wield it in two hands.
Yeah.
You shot with that bitch. So it's basically your longsword, except bludgeoning instead of slashing.
Also on top of that, it's a +1, so you get a +1 to your attack and a +1 to
So you
your
have
damage.
+9 to attack while you're doing it, and a +6 to your damage. When we get in combat, okay?
So the hour, you guys wait an hour and you'd still hear some movement.
His name?
I'm gonna name it.
Oh, when I was looking at it, was there anything inscribed on it for like a name?
Thorn's hammer, because
There
it's
were
not
dwarven
all
marks.
Copyright.
I speak Dwarven.
Yeah, there was dwarven script located onto it, and just another craftsmanship. It was made by dwarves, not like goblins or orcs. From it,
Hammer.
there's no name. Looks like they didn't complete the naming process, but they got it completed in the returning aspect. Nothing too grand, no real details. It is a blue, vibrant color, similar to like a sky, more of a nude
Pretty.
sky feel. It's pretty, and at certain angles where the light hits at it, you can even see its glint or reflect. On the sides, though, it does peek out like a little divot, like a flatheads. But on the sides, it has pyramid-like points.
There's one to name it.
Oh no, it's your weapon. I don't need to name it.
Thorn's hammer.
Thorn's hammer.
Who's Thorn?
It's just, it looks thorny on the sides. So,
Oh.
yeah. Very thorny.
Just
Yeah, just.
okay.
Looks like it might hurt.
Weapons
Some
tend to.
ass with that.
Alright, so well, we took a short rest.
You took a short rest, yeah. So you can roll your hit dice and get back as much HP as you would like. Yeah, if you're hurt, if you want to roll, you get 5 d8s, so you can use as many
Plus
as you
your con.
want, and each one plus your con.
Constitution.
Oh, Constitution.
Modifier.
Which is 2. So
3.
6.
Does that put you back to full?
Damn
So I
near
have
it.
3.
You can roll another one if you want. I was just letting you know. Okay, yeah.
Oh, not 16.
You don't have to roll all 5. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, you can just choose how
You
many.
can roll one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time. Same thing with you, Kale. If you're not at full HP, you can roll your
So
Can I
just
just pick
1d6
no,
plus
roll 1,
2.
add your con.
As many times as you want to at full HP. You
Okay.
can only use
How
5
much?
times though.
Plus my con.
Yeah.
Plus 1. So
You
8.
said 1d6.
So that's
plus
8. So right now you have
6 plus
8.
2.
If you want to roll another one, you can.
Then that's
Six.
good.
Right now, right now you're automatically
Put you at full
healing 8.
HP.
Huh?
What
Right
is my
now,
full
you're
HP
automatically
supposed to be?
healing 8.
40.
Okay.
So if you want to heal more, you can
So you're
roll
4
another
HP
die.
away,
What?
right? 'Cause you only took 10.
I don't know how much
You
HP you are from
would
full.
put me at 36.
Alright, go ahead and do it again. Just 2 hit dice.
When the hell does condition come off? Exhaustion?
Long rest.
So, good.
1 more.
You want to roll one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, perfect. Max you out.
1.
Plus your con.
Plus that'll be 2, which will put me back at max.
Oh, there you go. You're good to go. But
Gotcha.
you have to minus off 2 hit dice in your short rest thing. Click on short rest.
Since this is only a one shot, guys, you really don't have to
okay.
finagle with that.
Okay, never mind.
So, okay. The hour comes to an end, so you guys feel a little bit better. Got a brand new weapon out of it. Now you have to face the piper of what's inside this dwarven forge.
Yeah.
As you see the curtain still located there.
It's this thing here?
Yep.
I'm almost up to it. You want to inspect it?
So this is blocked off to us?
This is blocked off like a mushroom ivy like curtain blocks you. You can see little openings here and there, but not like good enough to see the other side. But you know something's in there.
Can I perceive any
I can see through the dark, right?
dangerous
Yeah.
entries?
So what dark
Go
vision
ahead
does
and
is it
roll
lets you
perception.
look through total darkness at dim light and lets you look through dim light at bright light. In dim light you have disadvantage on perception checks, which you already have anyway. 'Cause you're exhausted.
So 21.
Advantage and disadvantage. Never
There
stop.
is 3 entrances / exits,
So
but
it
they
doesn't
all
matter
seem
how
to
many
be
things are
blocked
giving you
off
disadvantage, you
by
still
this
only roll
ivy.
2d20s and take force. You can have 8 different things giving you disadvantage, you still need to roll 2.
Can I pull my rapier out?
So I'll just poke my head in there and scroll it
The
down.
rapier doesn't have a cutting
That's just-
ability, it's more of a piercing.
That's definitely a thing you can try to do, yeah.
I've got nothing.
What are we doing?
I got a dagger, but I don't think that
Dag kind of take you though.
will take me a while on it. So I've got a dagger. I can cut.
Cut the ivy away.
Oh, I'll take my longsword.
Alright, go ahead and roll an attack, both of you.
Do I roll balls because...
Mhm.
18, 16?
It is a hit, go ahead and roll damage. Same thing with you. Go ahead and attack and roll damage.
Oh, you weren't supposed to roll 2.
Disadvantage. Oh yeah, attack's different. You don't have to roll disadvantage on that. But yeah, to attack. So yeah, go ahead and roll D8
two
twice.
attacks. You have both.
What am I doing?
Slashing. So you're gonna do a D4 plus dexterity mod.
6 and 2 plus
D4 plus what?
Yep.
Plus
So
3
11,
for
7.
dexterity mod.
11,
So
7.
5.
11, 7.
11, 7. Both of you combined, you guys start slashing and hacking at the ivy, and it does cut as the whole doorway falls down. Inside,
You do take note
Of a creature.
yes.
Before you read your excerpt, did the mushroom vines react in any way from them cutting it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
An abandoned forge that has been overrun with mushrooms and goblins. Statues of the forge master were covered and looked like they were restrained by vines. At the front was an odd-looking goblin. It donned a crown of shrooms and a cape that matched. I don't see anything else in the room except just vines and vines behind it, all on the statue, to the sides going into the fire. You see 4 chains, almost like it's holding it up, or holding it in a weird way to the statue. Not sure where what's the reason for it.
So if he notices us, is he acting violent?
No, looks like he's sitting in a chair. Most of his body is covered in vines. He slowly looks up and just, like, not snickers, but growls at you. Yeah, you guys push into the room with caution as you see this thing, like in this like cape-like vine, just. Syndicatan! From that call, roll initiative.
I should have known he wasn't going to be a nice guy.
I'm outside. Maybe not.
See again, what'd you get?
3.
Okay.
21.
4.
4.
You roll a 1. I roll a 2.
16.
Okay. Shit, I thought I was gonna go last again.
Well, this sucks.
Aram, you get to act first.
Oh, wait, no, I also rolled a 1.
From the beck and cry of the goblin shaman, you see from the canopy, hidden within the ivy, these 2 bulky like goblins. A little bit bigger in size and well fed, stronger than normal. Burst forth from the vines, weapons drawn. They're charging toward your allies.
I am going to shout rage. I'm going to use Conquering Presence. So we'll need to do a Wisdom saving throw.
Each one within 30 feet, right?
Yeah, this guy.
That you can see?
This guy, yeah.
Does it say that you can see?
You can see within 30 feet.
Okay, you cannot see the smaller ones, but those 2.
Okay, so
And
these 3 guys. They are feared.
Alright. You bellow out of a rage as it stops them all in their tracks.
I'm just going to stay put.
Okay. Next up, Kayla.
I don't know what spells you can use, but you could feel the face.
Can I use
It's small attack.
acid splash on the two of them that are closest to me?
You do not see the 2. Those smaller ones,
The ones
you
that
do
are
not see them because they're on the
Okay,
outside.
well then just the one right
Just the
behind
one?
me. Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and acid splash. So the DC.
Bring out Betty White.
Yeah, not 20.
Oh.
So it's a
You know what
cantrip,
the
so
disadvantage is?
nothing. I don't really think it's disadvantage, they're feared, right? Bring creatures disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. You try to use acid splash as you cast it behind and with its shield up, it guards past and acid splashes and hits part of the lines, just deteriorating them. T and AC.
For hitting me?
What is it?
12.
Okay, yeah.
Now, I'm mad.
Anything else?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
You see 4 goblins come out from this forge-like area where lava once flowed. You see 2 of them on each side come out with their crude-like bows and arrows, and they rise up. One fumbles on something, and you see it like nick close to his face, and he's holding it like as the other ones are shooting. You manage to duck out of way one as an arrow slips into your side. You suffer 6 points of piercing damage.
Can't block. Yeah.
You're just mad because I was going to get through another one of your things about taking damage, aren't you?
No, not at all. You guys spent an hour resting. I'm like, alright, this is what happens if I rest. Alright, so I'm doing 2 attacks on you.
I'm gonna do a reaction for protection to give him disadvantage, hopefully.
Okay. Disadvantage on his attack. So I roll lower. Kayla's AC is 12.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hit.
So, who's hitting? Is it
That
these
one.
guys? Oh, they're already at a disadvantage, right?
No, they're not at a disadvantage. They can't get closer. So that one has to stay where he is.
Frightened makes them attack with disadvantage as long as their fear is in sight.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, disadvantage. So you can't.
You can't apply double disadvantage.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah.
2 attacks on Kayla. Both hit.
Can you tell which ones are visibly not scared of him and attempt to protection those attacks?
All 3 of them.
Yeah.
All 3 of them are showing fear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just these 4 that we can't see that are.
Kayla, you suffer 7 points of damage, followed by 5 points of damage.
Damn, girl, calm down.
I didn't do anything.
Owie! Make a con saving throw.
Con save?
Mm-hmm.
So 20?
20 plus your con save.
Con is 2, so 15.
15. Okay. The shaman ahead as it lifts one of its hands, and you see this purple/green-like energy, like a steam, like a smoke emanate from its hand as it points to you and fires as this ray shoots out and strikes your body. You suffer 7 points of poison damage. You can feel it in your skin, and it feels tingly, itchy, and scratchy, but your own constitution or vitality resists the after effects of it as you can still continue to fight. Melee.
So I'm gonna sharpshooter the shaman.
Okay.
That's great.
So that plus 1.
5.
You shoot at the shaman and just sticks into the ivy. Just holds it back. It looks like you need to get close to it as well.
I'm gonna move to I can't.
Just stay where you go.
Right here. Thank you.
She moves like this.
Yeah. Not today. What?
And I can't.
You said there was guys out here shooting at me?
Those
I can't
4.
hide.
These 4 are shooting at me?
That 2 and the other 2.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, those.
This can see in here and out there?
No, not there. Not inside. Only outside.
Oh, so they're only dealing with these 3.
Yeah, they're inside. They're only dealing with 3 while you're dealing with 4.
Sweet.
I can't hide.
Looks like it's even.
Against the wall?
Nothing to hide against.
They're
No. Okay. I'm gonna. Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Next up is
After one hit.
Anton.
There's goblins outside! There's goblins inside! You look like you could be the new shaman. Kill that one! Make a will save, please.
Will save, here we go. Wisdom save, here we go. That's what we meant. Fail.
Cool, he suggested.
He
To
suggested
kill the shaman.
does it work that way that it can actually hurt people?
Suggestion?
Yeah.
You suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or 2 and magically influence a creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you.
Okay.
Can't understand me. Can't.
Oh no, he can't. Nope. Because they only speak one language.
Oh, that's a waste of a spell.
Tried. Kind of like my fever. Absolutely did nothing against all this damage.
Well, it lasts for a minute.
It lasts for a minute.
The
Here's
fear
the,
does.
but if you think about it, it did do something because I can't move closer. I could not move closer to you.
Oh.
So, or to her, and during that turn, because I couldn't act, I couldn't get closer.
If she tried moving away from him, though,
She didn't move. He couldn't.
Well, I'm
he
saying if she tried to move away from him now, he can still get that advantage back.
it'd be a disadvantage attack, just because he's still feared.
Okay.
So
So that's all. We want to get away from him. He can't attack you. But we need to get to these little.
next up is Aaron.
Alright. This is where I'm going to. I'm gonna move right up to the side of this guy. And I am gonna attack him. 4 plus 8, 12.
12. No. You try to do an attack on his ivy covered shaman. You see a lot of the mushroom just blocking it, absorbing the impact. And he snickers.
I'm gonna attack again. 10 plus. What was it? 8?
Yep.
18.
18, that hits.
I'm gonna use Divine Smite.
So you use it one of your spell slots?
Yes, it uses the first spell slot.
You use an extra 2d8s.
Yeah.
An extra 2d8s.
Yeah. So 5, 1, 7 plus my damage.
Is this the Warhammer or the Longsword?
This is longsword. Or I got the warhammer, right? So we'll just do the warhammer.
So that plus 6.
So 12, 13 plus 6, 19.
19. You strike good, just right through the canopy, right into the mushrooms. You feel it just dig right into its body. You see blood and ichor hit the ground. He just and tries to cover up as you said some of the mushroom start coming back and covering his body again, almost like an armor.
So did I knock some of it off and?
Flavor-wise, he has mage armor cast on him, so he has a higher AC. I'm using it as this. Go ahead, Jadis.
Wait, I can use cantrip as many times as I want, right?
Every round, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try acid splash because I'm gonna die.
But like, why though? Why don't you just cast a 3rd level spell? This might be the end of the adventure.
I don't know.
Is that the shot?
'Cause I don't know.
So is this just like a little cubby, or is this up higher?
I think it's up higher. They can only attack
It's all
outside
about
though.
the roots.
They can only attack outside though.
Oh, okay.
That's what he was saying.
How about pyrotechnics?
Pyrotechnics.
Don't you have to have an open flame for that?
I don't think so. He told me it didn't matter if it said
Look
any.
up the spell Melf's Acid Arrow.
I have that.
I forget that. But go ahead and look up that spell, see if that's something maybe you want to do.
Sure. Yep.
Okay, what does it do?
It shoots
It shoots a
a green arrow.
No way.
So do you make an attack then?
Yeah. Isn't that an attack? Shooting a magic
I think it's
arrow.
a spell ranged attack, isn't
It's
it?
a
Yeah, I think so too. Go ahead and roll a 20
Yes,
plus.
I
you're
wrote
gonna
down
add
something about range.
plus.
I know I wrote the word range.
So you're gonna get a plus 6 to this range spell attack. So go ahead and roll. Yep, just like that. All right. Hey, who are you attacking by the way? I just want to know. So actually, I would like everyone to know who you're attacking.
Yeah, who are you?
Who are you attacking? Is it an ally? Is it an enemy? Is it the wall?
Is it Jeremy? Did he make you mad?
Was it actually Jeremy?
Or Nathan?
That's not Jeremy.
Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
he's not here.
Yeah, you
I mean,
can,
I
you
think
can actually
you
attack
could shoot
Jeremy.
it and hopefully, like,
Get a call. Hey, someone shot me with an arrow. Oh, it's acid.
It's
We have powers.
okay. I'm gonna go after the guy in front. Yeah,
That
that guy.
Okay.
Shaman?
So 12
Wait.
plus 6 equals
12 plus 6,
18.
18.
Good. Good. All right. Well, you hit. So now make a ranged spell attack. Did that on a hit? The target takes 44 acid damage immediately, and then the next round it's going to take a 2d4 acid. What you got there? 4 and a
4, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is this? Oh, that's a 1. 8.
8. Okay.
No.
You pull out your statue of Betty White, and almost like you caress her presence of the statue gently to the side, and this bowstring appears, followed by the bow itself, as an arrow forms, and you shoot forward, and it takes the form of something green and vile, and it as this trail as it goes through, something like liquid following quickly behind it. It strikes true into the shaman as the acid hits the dead center of its chest and splashes, dealing this damage. You see its body just in pain as it just starts eating away at its face in complete agony, killing it. You make that call to him, Tegan, as he turns and he wants to, but he sees the bigger threat and stops.
Was the shaman dead?
Yeah.
Fuck!
You suggest to kill the shaman dies, thinking about what you've said, like, you could leave these goblins. What don't you do? And the other one just kind of fear looks over, like, darn! You hear some calls from the other goblins as they're making their way inside through the front. Attacks Jadis. First one misses, but the second one does strike true. She suffers 7 points of damage. You roll disadvantage, you get 2 17s. What can you do? So, and then at the end of the term, they can make a wisdom save, right?
It doesn't say. It says
For
mine.
For his.
For these two.
Yeah,
it should tell you.
You take 7 points of damage. Passed on both. Nat 20 and... What's the DC?
14.
14? Alright, not passed on the far one. The one who just got this inspiration is now new leader in his eyes.
That's the one who passed?
Yeah.
So he was like,
Nat 20.
I'm the leader! I'm not scared of you! I got these goblins!
Scared.
The other guy's like, are you sure, man? Like, it's pretty scary still.
You took 7 damage.
Yeah.
Kayla, I hit
got
you
it.
with a crit, I hit you with another miss, and I hit you. I'm sorry, not you, Anton. My bad.
Are you sure? Our ACs are pretty different.
That's true. What do you have both for? 12?
12, yeah.
Alright, Anton is taking a little bit of damage.
A lot.
Okay, he's going to be taking a little bit more damage.
It's cool. I can take it.
Here you go. You suffer 3 points of damage, followed by 3 points of damage, followed by... Can I get anything higher than a 1?
Shit.
Oh, okay, here we go. 10 points of damage, followed by a -2 penalty to your AC for 3 rounds. You took a total of 16 damage.
And then I took -2 to my AC for how long?
3 rounds.
And then what else?
That's it.
Okay. Cool. My AC's 10. Good luck at me now, bitch.
Actually, I got a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
Alright, followed
Sanctuary's
by...
not going to do a whole lot of work here.
Melee, you'll move.
I'm gonna shoot this guy right here.
Next to you?
Close to
Okay.
me. Sharpshooter.
Gotcha. Sharpshooter, negative. Alright, +1.
9.
Miss. You turn to shoot that one right over his head. You're putting a lot of strength and power into it. Just the accuracy gets just thrown to shit.
Miss.
Followed by Anton. Here, you're on deck.
Stop! Stop! Calm down! Why are we fighting?
Oh, I hate you. Fuck. Damn you!
Charisma saves, please.
Shit!
DC 15.
How many? All of them?
Yep, 20-foot radius.
Fuck. Alright, we're gonna start at the far end. DC what?
15.
Okay, so the feared one is not even paying attention to you. Is like, this guy, I'm really scared. Whatever you're saying. The other one just...
I can suppress his fear. I'm not. It's whichever option I choose. And
Yeah, okay.
that's not what I'm choosing.
Okay, yeah, calm down. Everyone just
Like
calm
me.
down.
Oh, sorry. It was just like a table stool thing.
I got long feet. Stretching.
Okay.
I really do.
So yeah, you see like start like slide, they like stab, just calm down. Just, their emotions have become repressed. Except like
Right,
he's
right.
just scared.
God, we're just here trying to see what's going on. Oh fuck, this hurts so bad.
You see, when his back turns to you, you can see he's got some stab. Yeah, they're just like calm. Like they feel this anger, but they're uncertain of what's going on. Like, ooh.
So I can see how pretty much everyone is like indifferent to us, except for the one guy who's just dead-eyed. Nathan just like,
Bonk. Aaron.
get over here. Let's regroup. Let's take a breath. Let's take a breath.
Alright.
Aaron, it's your go.
I was gonna cure wounds on the
Oh,
buddy.
thank fucking God.
Smile
and wave. We're all friends here for another 30 seconds, maybe.
So I got 8.
Oh, hell yeah, my guy.
They plus my spell casting.
3.
So 11.
Hell yeah.
Are you out of slots now or no?
He's got one more.
Yeah, I got one more.
You should have one more spell slot, right? Because you used 1 to heal.
You use the,
You used 1 to smite.
and you use the shield of. The armor of grace.
I used 2
He used
level
armor
spells,
back
and
to
I
second
used
level.
2
Okay.
1 level, so I still got 2
Yeah,
1
yeah,
levels
you're right.
left.
Okay, cool.
But he has 0 second level spells.
Gotcha. Steam bugs. All right. So, next up is.
Can I move?
Yeah, go ahead, Jadis. You're on deck.
Just in case. I'm gonna... Hi, guys.
What are you doing there, Jadis?
These are our friends now. We do not need to attack.
Yeah.
Other than the guy that's feared, right? And that's this guy?
But you might want to still just get on our side, you know, so we can talk things out.
I'll
One of those
move
guys.
up. I don't
Or-
know. I'm good. I don't know. You do something.
I pat you on
I have
the
no
back.
idea
Good
what
job.
I'm doing.
Good job.
Next up, is their turn. As you see
You
them all.
can ready. No.
You see this all. They seem calm. It's weird. As they're like looking at you, but with caution. They come over here and like all of them are just gathered up. And he's talking to them. He's like, and then like talking like, oh, I believe, like you're like picking up the mannerisms, like, and the other one's like still scared. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, we're maybe. He breaks it. He's just like, calm down. They're friends now. Okay. They're like having this like powwow.
Okay. Okay.
So.
Okay. How you feeling?
Melee is your go.
Yeah.
Good.
How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Oh, okay. How are you feeling? So I was the only one who got
Good.
fucked up here. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I feel
Alright,
good.
I just wanted to
I think
clear
I'm
the air
good.
there.
Yeah.
She got a little.
A little.
I'm
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm still
Okay.
full of health.
Like, how are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 40?
I think I'm like a 20.
Oh, are you really? That's not good.
You are blooded.
I'm a 21.
She's fine. She's still about halfway. You can still walk.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Melee?
perception check.
Okay, go ahead and roll. It is an action. Whoa, the nat 1. You're really focused on the people at hand, so you're not like, you want to look around, but you're like, this is really weird. They're talking, we just murdered the main person. Why are they really chill about this? They're strangely, disturbingly calm.
Are you sure we don't just want to kill them because they're so close together?
No, we're going to. I just needed a break, okay?
I see a lot of words.
I'm still bleeding profusely. I really
I helped
need.
you out, man. Was that not enough?
No, I mean it helped,
I'm headed
but I'm
to
still
the-
at like sub 10, like I'm
to
still at
the
10 more.
back,
I mean it
so I can
helped.
hide
You rolled
in
back,
the
it helped immensely.
mushrooms.
But I'm still
Hide in the
bleeding.
mushrooms.
Like I did that one time.
Alright. You kind of like go back there and kind of get with some of the foliage.
Foliage.
Foliage. Little tin
Foliage.
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 Okay. 12 plus 7 or so? Yeah, okay. Right? You get plus 7 on stealth? 9. Okay, plus 9. So 21. Okay. Gotcha. 21 stealth as you climb to the foliage. Alright, next up is Anton.
Yeah. So who do you guys want to take out first? I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on myself.
This is all on you guys. I'm protected. I'm a saint.
Take out the big guys.
Okay. Give me one more turn, or give me a couple more seconds.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast another spell, so I can hopefully be able to keep you guys up a little bit more
You think
and not be
they'll attack?
targeted as much. Huh?
You think they'll attack? You think they'll...
I think we'll be.
Can you use
Like,
bless
at
next
all?
turn? I think I can attack 3 times next turn.
So my plan is to be able to heal you guys in case you get hit. I could bless you if you would prefer.
I don't need
Gon's miracles are plentiful.
You can't see
Do you
me
have
now.
AoE a spell that you could use?
I do not. We're just talking tactics. Look, yeah, those are our buddies over there.
They can't understand us, right?
Actually, they speak common.
Actually, Sanctuary is a concentration-based spell, isn't it?
Is it? No. Just
No,
lasts
it's
for a
not.
minute.
Okay. Cool. I thought it was.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I checked that.
Alright.
The next spell I'm going to be casting is.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so prepare, ready up. Get your
You guys have a whole
Do you
round?
need a heal? How are you looking? I'm gonna bandage you up real quick. On my
Alright.
turn that I cast Sanctuary, because it's a bonus action, I'm gonna wrap her up in bandages.
Okay.
You heal. 15.
Boom.
Very nice.
They're just leaving. Why are we even here? I don't know. Let's get some shrooms.
I am captain now. So like, what about this? Captain.
I'm captain.
As proud as they're leaving,
Swallow it.
grabbing some other things.
I'm ready.
Hey, you know what? They're far enough away from me. If you guys want to start combat, that's fine.
Kind of want that buff to make sure I hit all 3.
Well, I don't know if I was. Do you want me to bless?
I want to.
All right, I'll bless.
It's up to them.
I'll bless you. I'll bless you all with God's grace, or with God's grace.
I don't know if you can bless me.
Oh, I can't.
Most of you. The other one always disappears.
Sorry.
Okay. So you guys just skipping through your turns, or is there anything you want to do to prep?
I'm good.
Okay, wait.
Mason?
Is the battle over? Are we
What?
done?
No, yeah.
We're getting ready to start fighting again. I was just before it gets back to my turn. Is there anything you guys want to do?
I'm good. I'm good to go.
Good
Anyway.
I bless everyone except for you. So us 3.
Okay.
Bless is concentration.
That's
Okay.
easy.
So it will break the. So it breaks common motion.
Initiative starts after me.
All right. So, Aaron, you can start.
Alright, so with my Warhammer, Thorn's Hammer, and
Plus D4.
Plus D4. They're blessed.
Oh, I took it, didn't I? My bad.
What? Yeah, this
so
red.
15, 8, and 3.
Hit.
27 to hit.
Okay. Hit, yeah.
And then I roll a D8, correct?
Yeah. Which you already rolled the D8.
Oh, okay. So 8.
8
Max
plus-
damage.
Yeah, he's dead.
14.
Yeah, you come up with a surprise as soon as that coma motion drops.
They're like, wait, were we pissed at those guys as they just start getting
Wait, what's going on?
cut down?
Oh, hold on. I'm taking another attack, man. Let's go.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna, so let's just do all 3 again. 6, 10, 4,
19.
plus 8.
Hit.
Plus 9.
Oh, 9, yeah. Plus 8.
And he's dead too.
Oh, for max damage again? That hammer likes you, dude.
Just ding, flip it around. Ding, just crushing skulls.
They just go flying.
You just
Each
walk
way,
up
left
to the
and
hallway.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm screaming the whole time.
Jadis, it's your turn.
Okay.
I got 4% on my phone. Could have said something at 10. It's cool. I'm chilling over here at 100.
I thought if we killed the shaman, I thought it was gonna be a quicker battle than this. I went straight up to him. I was like, slash, man, what the fuck are you still doing alive?
The audacity of some bosses, I swear.
And she over there melting the motherfucker to pieces. Whatever that crown. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
gone.
Don't worry about that guy. Here you go.
I don't know what to use.
Use a cantrip.
After you.
Do you have any AoE spells?
Yeah, hold on.
Alright.
Let's see. Do you have magic missile?
Toss me the papers. Shay's goblin voice.
The goblins are helping you.
I call it my
cast a
Stitch
spell on
voice.
them.
I was gonna say something.
You punch me!
You're right. I should use this spell.
Punch controls the weapon.
Yep. Witch bolt.
Witch bolt. That sounds sexy.
Okay, I'll use. No?
You can.
Sure, yeah.
Cool. What
You
level?
also have another Mel's acid arrow at your disposal.
You got level 3.
Whatever you
still,
wanna use.
right?
You girl.
Does she have a level 3 still that she can use?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you don't want to use these
how
level 3
often
spells.
I can.
Animate dead tiny servant. Not what I would recommend.
Tiny servant.
Oh, you could have
I
brought back
thought
the
it
rock
I have it
guy.
handy, just to have.
Why did you let Shay help you with your spells?
I did. I picked that one.
She picked all of these.
I did.
I was like, you need to pick out your spells. Playing Neverwinter. I was like, hey, this is on you. Alright. I would recommend Melf's Acid Arrow as you get a good line of sight on the big goblin guy over there. So, you're going to make a ranged attack. So, you get a
You can witch bolt if you want. You sound excited about
or
witch
witch
bolt.
bolt. I said witch bolt.
Yeah, but she sounded
I
excited
was
about
just trying to think of something that would do more than one person at a time.
Yeah,
it. You
AoE.
have,
Yeah.
you have burning hands.
Area of
Ew.
effect.
You have burning hands.
You got fiery hands.
I like that.
You can do burning hands.
You could do burning. I recommend burning hands at a 3rd level spell.
Okay. Let's do
You
it.
can give them all HIV.
Alright, so I'm going to make a dexterity save.
So you're gonna need
That's a fail. That's a fail.
5 of these.
That's a pass.
Ooh.
That's a
5.
fail.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you get a D6 for each spell level you go up. How many do you have?
I have 2.
2 more.
Alright. Yep, that's it. That, add it all up. Oh. So, you got
3, 4, 5, 6.
5 plus 9, 14.
No, that's right. Okay.
5 plus 9, 14 damage. Ones are for sure dead. Even if you get a nat 20 on his roll, he gone.
Okay.
As you, again, Betty White, this time is a more anger and aggression as this fire just...
I'm in awe.
3rd-degree burns, 2 of them are just
The 2
ash.
big ones just turn around like.
Oh, they still take damage.
Yeah,
What's going on?
they're still taking damage. Alright.
Why are we walking away from these guys?
It doesn't make no sense.
This guy's whirling a fucking hammer around, knocking 2 of them up.
1 point of damage.
One whole point.
All or nothing.
What are you gonna do?
Now for this one, he has to take a -1 penalty on all attack rolls until he scores a critical hit.
Damn.
Who?
The one that got that one. He has to score a critical hit.
Is that the
Or-
one who thinks he's hot shit and the leader? Now?
No, it was the other one who was scared. Like, oh no, it's this guy! That hidden fear.
I thought we were friends. What happened?
Bailey, your go.
Do I have line of sight?
Yes, you do. The one in the
Badass.
middle, the one who proclaims himself leader.
This
Yep.
guy?
Yep.
Shoot him.
Okay.
Don't miss.
Why did you say that?
Is that an anyone?
Yes!
Oh man.
Guy hits me, does it?
It should.
So I said don't miss.
All right, seeing double. All your attacks have a 50% miss chance for 1 round. It's like
got this.
a lot
Don't worry
of
about
a lot of
it.
working here. That's being.
I'm gonna
You're not
hammer
getting a lot of air
the
down here. The
fumes.
air is becoming dense. Yeah, being in there is you're also taking note that
I
there's
am
some sulfur
in
in the area.
Poison mushroom.
It's true. It's playing hazy on your field of vision. Next up is Anton.
Sorry, guys.
Stop. At the one who thinks he's dope,
Okay.
he needs to make a wisdom saving throw. 15.
Well, let me check. Nope, fail.
Cool. So you guys kind of feel the blessing wash away from you, but that guy in front of you who thought he was hot shit was just like, is just standing straight still looking
Just-
at you.
New round. Arrow.
Get my hammer out.
Is paralyzed auto crits?
Is he considered paralyzed or he just can't act?
Paralyzed.
He is paralyzed?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you have advantage on him.
Oh, just advantage on auto crits?
It is a crit, if you hit.
You have advantage, and if you hit, it's a crit.
16 plus 8.
it's a hit.
So crit.
Crit.
It's a crit.
I got a passive crit.
Yeah, you get to double your damage die for being a half orc.
Alright, unfortunately, it's normal damage. Please roll. What'd you get, bud?
Fucking 1 plus 5?
Plus 6.
Plus 6, so 7.
Okay, so normal damage. 1 constitution damage, which lowers his HP
Yes.
until healed. The target loses bite attacks, and the next time he casts a verbal spell, you have to roll this. Literally killing him. He is because of her spell, didn't pass. So 16 fire damage. 16
So normal damage
plus
would
7,
still be
yeah.
an additional damage die. Because that's his trait for being a half orc.
Yeah. So, and then you get,
I get to
yeah,
roll
you
again.
get to roll an additional d8 because you're trying to half work.
One.
So not just one more. Anyway, this crit was called Matif, where you just lined up and you hit him right in the face. You see his jaw dislocate. You see 3 of his tiny canine teeth, and a big one just out his face as you hear it cracking of his neck. His whole body spins and hits the ground dead.
I puppeted the fuck out of that guy. Hey, you could be the shaman leader. Let's go, guys.
Stop! I see signs of greatness and death. My reign was pure and kind.
I see signs of greatness, just not in you.
I'm gonna attack the fuck out of this guy too.
Alright.
12 plus
9.
9.
That is a hit.
Alright.
Proficiency plus your strength plus 1.
And 6 plus 6? So 12?
How would you like to do it? How would you like to end his life?
I'll hammer straight down on his skull.
Take your hammer,
Definitely
just
like a
one
turtle.
hand, all the force into it as you crack down on him. As he looks over to see it, he sees that fear once more in his own mind, hits his head, you hear the cracking as it just gets shrunk into his body, and you see his head split open from it, and falls backward as his body tumbles down the stairs 5 feet. Combat's over, alright.
Gloria! Gloria!
I wasn't expecting the shaman to go down that easy. That's the whole reason I stayed around. I was like, oh god.
We just went straight up to him and beat the fuck out of him.
It's true.
I'm like, everyone stop. Every time.
You guys, after defeating this opponent, you go up to the forge and you see that the canopy, these mushrooms that envelop the statue of Morden, have become a little uncovered, and see this hammer-like axe built at a certain degree, like he's holding it, and you see these chains that are constructed in a way that is used that when you pull, something is to happen. It takes an effort of 4 people. As you work together, you grab the chains, you pull down on them as hard as you can, and the axe shoots forward as a chopping action as it is underneath its body, where this rock-like face is not rock-like in appearance, but magma that has frozen over through just time, and it busts forth. And you see magma roll out once again onto the forge, opening the other 2 as it just eats away at the ivy, hitting the corners, making its way, falling all the way down as it pours here and there, and just the ivy itself slowly disintegrating. It's the corrosion from the lack of nutrients that have now gone where it was weaving or taking energy, just slowly disappearing. And that is the end of the adventure. All right, good job, guys.